What is up, basketball fans? Welcome to the Virat Report. It is time to look at the NBA 2026 draft, and we're going live here. And we'll see who the Raptors draft. I'm going to be giving you a live pick-by-pick reaction. So this is going to be fun. Hopefully the Raptors, actually do something and make sure they, make the right selection here. But let's see. The pick, we just have Adam Silver talking right now, so I'm just going to listen into what he's got to see. And this is going to be exciting. Apparently, we got reports. Let me just put my mic down here for a second. Hopefully, you guys can hear me well. So we just had Michael Granger apparently report that the Raptors have worked out a bunch of. I'm just going to turn the volume down. Hopefully, that's not interfering with my live stream here. But Michael Granger just reported that the Raptors have also worked out Bennett Sturts, which we already knew, Alan Graves. They've worked out Chris Sanak. They've also worked out apparently Morez Johnson, Kawapit, Zubi Ejiofor. And we got news earlier, and I tweeted this up. Apparently, the Raptors have also worked out Ibuka Okori as well, which is a very, very nice point guard. And he fit-wise, it may not be the best, but he's a really good point guard. Ibuka Okori. If you're just tuning in, guys, welcome. They've got a few minutes here. Utah, or I should say Washington's got about 5 minutes to make that selection. If you're wondering, rest in peace to my dog here. That's a nice little picture of her. Art, if you want to call it that. But let's see if I need to put some sort of light. Does that make it better or worse? I don't think we need the light. We should be okay here. All right, who do you guys have the Raptors selecting here? I'm very, very curious to hear what you guys think, but this is going to be a fun draft. I got my phone here on my side. I'm not looking at Shams Charania because I know he's going to spoil a lot of the picks here for us, but I'm just in my living room here. That's why the setup's a little bit different if you're wondering, but you know what? I'm not going to go online. I just know Shams Charania, and then Evan Sidri is going to retweet everything that Shams Charania is going to say, but this should be a no-brainer. The Washington Wizards don't even have to take that long. And let's see how it goes. I'd be surprised if they call Darren Peterson. I'm not going to lie. I'd be surprised if they take Darren Peterson. But I'd be okay with that, to be honest. I feel like Darren Peterson fits that roster a little bit better. Not to say that, he's better than Davansa, but on an individual basis, yes, but overall, I think AJ is just the sky's the limit for him. All righty. Hope you guys are doing well. I refuse to look online. I just know that Shams is going to spoil something here, but we got some big news with the Raptors, today. So I usually don't do the live stream here, so it's a little bit awkward here, but yeah. We got Shams that's going to spoil the pick. They got about 2 minutes, 35 seconds till we make the draft selection. I think with this draft, I genuinely feel like with this draft, there's going to be a lot of players that we don't early enough that end up going. The Mavericks. I believe the Mavericks are 9th with Masai Ujiri. He may surprise a lot of people with who he takes. Everyone's anticipating one of the point guards. Maybe he goes crazy and takes someone like Morez Johnson there. I think he could be someone that could like Cameron Carr there for the Dallas Mavericks. But let's see here. The only crappy thing about your team selecting so far down is you have to wait quite a while to get there. But also the anticipation that builds up it's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun when you see the anticipation of who's going to be there. And obviously we all have our favorites as to who we want the Raptors to select. And, if, I like a few guys for the Raptors. If they get selected early, so what, so be it. Streaming is a bit choppy and I'm on my phone, says Captain 42. Let's see here. Let's check the connection. Hopefully the connection's all right here, but. You know what? Screw it, guys. I'm gonna turn off the fan here. Sometimes, believe it or not, it kind of interferes with the Wi-Fi connection, as weird as it may sound. But let me just turn off the fan. I'll be Warm as hell, but that's okay. As long as the stream is going good, just give me a second, and I'm just gonna turn off the fan. Hopefully, the connection's all right here. All right. Hopefully, it's a little bit better, Captain. Captain for you. Okay, that's good. See, it's kind of weird. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I know the reason, but it's kind of weird how um, these kind of little things interfere with the Wi-Fi connection. But could be when you was moving forward. Maybe, perhaps. It'll be interesting to see who, if there's any trades I go down because I really don't want to go on Twitter just for the reason that I know Shams is going to spoil it, but also with a lot of trades, they don't really announce it here during the NBA draft till much, much later, like 20 minutes later. So I do want to be up to date with my draft as well. I mean, with trades as well, but I really hope. Turn the fan back on? No, man. I'm not taking any chances because I know sometimes when I'm gaming here and playing FIFA online, it gets a little bit choppy when I got the fan blasted. I don't know what it is. It sounds so weird, but all right, here we go. The pick is in. They should announce it any moment. I got my water bottle here with me, man. I got a massive water bottle, so that should be good enough to keep me hydrated. So this is going to be one of those things where everyone's expecting AJ, but I think the Wizards may surprise us. Again, I maybe it's just because we're so used to, as Raptors fans, used to seeing the Raptors do such funky shit here, but should be Dern, but maybe it's AJ. My gut feeling's telling me AJ. In the 2026 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select Anise Devansa Jr. Oh, I was like, who the fuck is Anise? They scared me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I was like, who the hell is Anise? I was like, are they going way off the board and selecting someone else? I did not know that's AJ's full name, but I was about to jump out of my couch and say who the hell is Anise. Well, that's like OG Ananobi, Aguagua, or that's how I think we say his name. So no surprise there. The Wizards pick up AJ Devansa. I'm just gonna check online on my Twitter to see if there's any trade rumors, if there's any more news regarding the Raptors as well. Shit. See, I know. Unfortunately, I know who the second pick is. Unfortunately, see, this is the shitty thing about being a fan, man. They should really stop Shams from doing this thing. I didn't see Shams, but I'm in a group chat, a couple group chats, and I saw someone mention that. Whoa. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys because you want my live reaction. So apparently the Wizards pick is in as well, and that should be the Wizard. Or I shouldn't say the Wizards. Sorry, I should say the Utah Jazz. They do have Cameron Boozer's dad that works here. Obviously, we know he's in the NBA for a while, but I don't know because Adrian Peterson is throwing all this ruckus about not wanting to go anywhere else, just wanting to go to Washington and all this BS. But do they go and take him anyways? I don't know if Danny Ainge does that because when we look at Danny Ainge's past history, he's always admired these taller players. He's always liked these players that are, 6'8", 6'9", and 6'7" even. So I'm not quite sure if they're willing to take on someone like Adrian Peterson here. Again, just my gut feeling. I could be wrong, but we've seen it time and time again. And just the fuss that Adrian is throwing, I know people are going to say, well, the Utah Jazz took Ace Bailey. Why would they not take, Ace Bailey reportedly didn't want to go to Utah either, but they took him anyways. But I think this is a different situation, different scenario because it's not a massive drop off between, Cameron and Adrian. So I do have a feeling. It says 2 minutes and 25 seconds. I genuinely feel like the Utah Jazz are going to take Cam Boozer here. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid going online, man. It's just too many spoilers there. So Man, I'm gonna. So I just Jake Fisher had to go and spoil it too. I got a notification, so I know who's being selected next. But I'm gonna turn off that notification from Jake Fisher as well. Hey, Jake Fisher's been wrong before, right? So let me go ahead and turn off those notifications. So apparently they're saying AJ, even though he goes by AJ, did not want to be called by AJ, wanted to be addressed by his full name, which is completely fair because this is a accomplishment for some of these kids, and you're going in front of the world stage here, and you're being announced. So I see it, man. I see it. It's like me. I used to go by Warridge, but I'm not pronouncing my last name properly. It's Ratch, the Batch Report. So you gotta be able to pronounce your name properly and be proud of it. So, all right. So the Utah Jazz pick is in. Unfortunately, I went online. So if you're just tuning in, unfortunately, I was going online to check, if there's any sort of trades happening or any sort of trade rumors involving the Toronto Raptors. But what instead we got was I turned off the Shams Charania notifications. I turned off Evan Sidri because he retweets everything Shams Charania says as well. But Jake Fisher had to go spoil it, but Jake Fisher has been wrong in the past. I just wish they would announce the pick when they says the pick is in rather than drag it out another 40, 50 seconds. So they're showing Darren Peterson here. He actually looks a little bit nervous. Kind of funny because he's saying all this stuff about not wanting to go to Utah, not this and that. But he looks nervous as heck. He looks very nervous. Not showing Cameron Boozer. He looks pretty relaxed. See, like this is the thing, man, that drives you nuts about the NBA. Just announce the pick instead of dragging it out. We don't need to go another minute when he already says the pick is in. And if you watch any sort of mock drafts, a lot of mock drafts always say, the NBA draft doesn't officially start until the fourth pick is complete, which should be Caleb Wilson, right? So you got Utah. Obviously, they're gonna choose whoever here, and then whoever's left over is gonna go number 3. Do the Bulls take someone else besides Caleb Wilson? I don't see it. All right, here we go. In the 2026 NBA draft, the Utah Jazz select Darren Peterson. Oh, what? Darren Peterson? Oh, he looks shocked. I told you guys, Jake Fisher is Jake. I love you. Nothing against you, man. But holy shit. Jake Fisher actually said they're taking. I gotta go online because I know people are gonna be roasting Jake Fisher. He said Boozer. So I was fully anticipating Boozer to go here, but man, Memphis got a good one. Memphis cannot pass. Memphis cannot pass on. Memphis is going to get a good one. I got to go with Jake Fisher here, man. I know people are roasting him online, so. Okay, so he did say Darren Peterson, unless he changed it. Yeah, so never mind. Actually, he did say Darren Peterson, but I don't know. I must have misread where it said Boozer, but I was fully anticipating it being Boozer. So Darren Peterson, interesting. The Utah Jazz all of a sudden become a much better team with either player. This is not a Darren Peterson, Carlos Boozer, Cameron Boozer, excuse me, I should say, but Darren Peterson just becomes another guard they add to their backcourt with Keontae George and that lineup of Lauri Markkanen at the 3, Jaren Jackson Jr. at the 4, and then you got of course Walker Kessler at the 5 as well. That's going to be a really nice combination of I forgot about Ace Bailey as well. Where are they going to put Ace Bailey? Because the Utah Jazz have a lot of decisions to make now. Now, it would be foolish of them to bring Darren Peterson off the bench, but this does make things really interesting because normally Ace Bailey, yes, he's 6'7", 6'8", but he's more suited for the shooting guard position. He's not really a small forward. So do you now put Keontae George? Do you put, you know, Peterson at the 2, and then Ace Bailey at the 3, Laurie Markin at the 4, and just go Jaren Jackson Jr. at the 5? You know, if you need a little bit more scoring, a little bit more floor spacing. So I like the pick. I like the pick. I don't think there's a wrong decision here. I also feel like a lot of people are sleeping on Cameron Boozer just because, you know, these guys are very talented. But Cameron Boozer is also like 18 years old, man. It's unbelievable. Now, there's absolutely no chance unless the Grizzlies are enamored with Caleb Wilson here. I just don't see how the Memphis Grizzlies pass up on Boozer. And if they do, man, that kind of, I don't know about you guys. I actually think that's a bad thing for the Raptors, man. Carlos, or I don't know why I keep saying his dad's name, but Cameron Boozer is one of those players that's going to come in and contribute right away, despite his young age. And you know, the Eastern Conference has already gotten a lot stronger. I've spoken about this last night with the Raptors. You know, you look at the teams that used to be, you were able to beat up quite easily in the Eastern Conference. You look at a team like the, you know, Bulls. I'm not saying they're not going to be easy now, but you look at a team like the Bulls. You look at a team even like the Brooklyn Nets as well. All their young players should be coming back, should be playing a lot better. But the Brooklyn Nets just added Julius Randle, man. Say what you want about him. He's still giving you 18 and 7 and 3, right? At the very minimum. So it also just gives you a little bit more offensive power for the Brooklyn Nets. And then they're also adding, is it the 7th? No, the 6th pick. They're adding the 6th pick, and I believe, let me double check here. I wanna check the order of the mock draft. I could be wrong, but I feel like the Nets have another pick. Maybe I'm mixing him up with the Hornets or the OKC Thunder, because there's a few teams that have you know, multiple picks that are picking in the top, you know, 10, 11. Oh, so Shams is saying apparently that um, the Utah Jazz apparently went to see Peterson themselves, which is very interesting because he obviously wasn't going to visit them, but damn. Um, all right. So the pick is in. The Memphis Grizzlies, this should be a no-brainer. You should be choosing Cameron Boozer here. Now I'm looking at the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah. No, the Brooklyn Nets, sorry, do not have another first round pick. Oh no, they do, but it's at the end. It's the 28th pick. Um, but the Brooklyn Nets they're not going to be an easy team for the Raptors to beat up, you know, compared to last season. And even last season, the Raptors did lose one game against them, but you look at the roster overall, and you know, you look at, you know, even a team like the Bulls as well. If the Bulls were to get Cameron Boozer, I don't think the Memphis Grizzlies will pass up on Cameron Boozer. It's absolutely ludicrous if they do, but if they do in the Bulls land Cameron Boozer, that makes them a much stronger team as well. Whereas, like, if the Bulls were to draft, you know, who they're expected to draft with Caleb Wilson, he's someone that, yes, he should be able to play right away, but he's going to be someone that's more of a long-term player, you know, that's going to take quite a while to reach his ceiling and not be able to contribute to the same level of someone like a Cameron Boozer. So in terms of some of the other players, guys, I'm just going to go through it. I actually wanted to do a mock draft. I ended up running quite late today in terms of, you know, getting this live stream started. But in terms of some of the other players that I wanted to mock, I think Keaton Woglin, I did my mock draft. Okay, here we go. Memphis is picking, guys. Just 1 second. Yeah, the Grizzlies pick Cameron Boozer. This should have been a no-brainer. We're just going to turn this down. They got a good cornerstone to build around here, and you know, overall, I feel like in terms of the NBA mock draft, I actually mocked this the exact same way, and funny enough, it worked out because when I watched Keaton Wagler, he reminded me so much. Parts of his game reminded me so much of LaMelo Ball. He doesn't play out of control like him. He also plays a lot like, not a lot like, similarities. Some similarities with Tyrese Halliburton as well. So Keaton Wagler is going to be amazing. I anticipate the Clippers will take him. Moving on to the Brooklyn Nets, I do have Mikal Brown Jr. I should say Mikal Brown. They're not Mikal Brown Jr. Mikal Brown going to the Brooklyn Nets. He's a great shooter, and He's just going to be one of those players that's going to come in and just shoot a lot of threes and hit them. And Lord knows the Brooklyn Nets need him. Seventh, it should be Darius Acuff. All we've ever heard about was how much they like him. Atlanta, this is where it actually gets challenging. I've had Braden Burries mocked here. I do wonder if the Atlanta Hawks go with someone else. Do they go with? No, I don't think Steinsback makes sense for them, just for the simple reason that like Atlanta has Jalen Johnson, who's kind of that playmaking guy for them, right? Do they need someone else like him? I don't necessarily know. And they need. I mean, I shouldn't say they need more defense because they're a good defensive team, but I feel like they'd rather have a stretch big man. You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm still gonna go. It's got to be Kingston Flemings or Braden Burries. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Braden Burries to the Atlanta Hawks. I just feel like it. I mocked in my last draft. I feel the same. Dallas Mavericks. I had them taking Flemings last time. This time I'm going to have them take. Who could they take? Who could they take? I don't know. You know what? Masai Ujiri, former, general manager, executive of the Raptors. I know him. Obviously, as Raptors fans, we know him quite well. And I just feel like Dallas is going to take someone we absolutely do not anticipate. Like I could absolutely see him taking someone like Morez Johnson. I could see him taking even Cameron Carter. I could see him, and this is actually a name I heard of, which was the first podcaster really that was linking the Mavericks to LeBaron Philon. But it wouldn't shock me if the Mavericks took someone like LeBaron Philon as well. So that would leave you with Kingston Flemings. The Milwaukee Bucks could take Kingston Flemings, I think. Although I don't know, man. I feel like if they want to really shape their roster a little bit better, you go for a different position, right? Like Morez Johnson, you go for a Demara. Although I don't know if a Demara actually makes sense for the Milwaukee Bucks. But yeah, I don't think the Milwaukee Bucks should take a Demara with the center positions they have right now. Obviously, they will try to get rid of Miles Turner, but I don't necessarily think it's going to be as easy as people think. Like, there's not going to be a lot of teams that are going to give you good assets for Miles Turner as well. And the Milwaukee Bucks might just end up keeping him. I got the Milwaukee Bucks. You know what? I'm going to go. It's just my gut feeling. And at the 10th position, I actually got him. It might be a bit of a reach. Some people will think I'm going to have him taking Kareem Lopez. 11th, I keep hearing Yaxel there. I don't see it, man. I just don't see it. I just don't see Yaxel going here. Yaxel is one of those guys that's going to drop in my mock draft. 11th is a tough spot because this is. Yeah, I'm going to put Cameron Carr here. I put them last time. I still see him, with Cameron Carr. That would leave Ade Morrow, and I think OKC Thunder take him at 12. I didn't mean to have him drop so far in my last mock draft. However, I see Ade Morrow going to the OKC Thunder. That leaves the Milwaukee Bucks yet once again. Who do they take here? They still got Steinbach, Hannes Steinsbach. Kingston Flemings is still on the board, so I'm going to go Kingston Flemings here to the Milwaukee Bucks at the 13th spot. 14th spot. This feels like a very much either Dylan Swin. I don't know why. But do I mock him here? I don't know. This is tough because who's still left for, what fills the Hornets needs is Yaxel. You got Allen Graveser. I'm going to go Dylan Swin here. 14th spot for the Hornets. The 15th spot, you got the Bulls. Who do they take? Do they dare take Yaxel? Well, no, they have already taken Caleb. Could they take someone like Allen Graves and need some defense? Possibly. I didn't realize how difficult it gets to mock once you get like a little bit further into the middle part of it, right? I'm trying to think of, Hannes Steinbach. He's still on the board as well. I forgot about him. So I'd mock him to the Chicago Bulls. And it says the Bulls pick is in, but they just refuse to announce it. So, this is we're going to go Bulls. We're going to give them signs back. 16th. I'm pretty sure I mocked Kareem Lopez already. Yes, I did. So Grizzlies obviously took Cameron Boozer. Did we give him Allen Graves? No, that doesn't make sense. They've already got the power forward position. Feels like lockdown at least. Who's still left? I'm going to go Christian Anderson. I keep seeing him mocked here. I could see someone like Ibuka Corey. Let's put Ibuka here. Replace Ja Morant. Obviously, he's not going to replace his production right away, but Ibuka is a very talented player. I feel like he's going to go a lot higher than many people anticipate. 17th, this is where I think Yaxel goes. Oklahoma City Thunder take Yaxel. And 19th, Hornets, yet once again, they're going to take Allen Graves. I don't doubt it. They absolutely will take Allen Graves. All right. Says the Bulls pick is in it, but it's been like 2 minutes, since their pick has been in. So they're gonna announce the Bulls pick here. And all right, let's see. It should be Caleb Wilson. Could they go crazy and go off the board? I don't know. I hope not, because that'd be a little bit ludicrous for the Bulls. But it should be Caleb. Okay, yeah. It's his pronunciation throws me off a little bit sometimes, Adam Silver, because he said Caleb in a really weird way, and I was like, oh, is he saying someone else? But no, the Bulls take Caleb Wilson, and look, honestly, everyone had this mock the exact same manner, right? Honestly, this is where the draft starts, and this is where it gets really interesting. But I'm actually just doing a live mock draft as we go along here, and I had the Hornets selecting. Alan Graves. 19th position, we got Ben Sturts still left. We've got Chris Sinak. All the players I really wanted the Raptors to take are gone. Christian Anderson's gone. Graves is gone. Dylan Swain is gone. I've heard. JQ is still available. Jaden Quaintance is still available. I actually heard that apparently the Raptors have worked out. Where did he go? Terrace Reed, and they're really big fans of him. And I've heard from another person as well, the Raptors could potentially take him. He does solve a lot of issues for the Raptors in terms of rebounding and needing a center. He doesn't space the floor. He's pretty athletic. So he could be a lob threat, but I don't know, man. If you're going to take him, just trade back. I don't want to take Chris Sinak. I don't like Chris Sinak. As I said it time and time again, I don't like him. Just don't give me Chris Sinak, please, at the 19th spot. They could take Koa Pete. My gut feeling is telling me Koa Pete. You guys already know this, but I really, where did he go? I really do like Joshua Jefferson, but again, he's an older prospect. If you're going to get him, trade back. So Abuka Akori, I'm trying to remember if I mocked him already or not. You know what? I don't know if the Raptors want this, considering that Christian Koloko had those, health issues, and then you're gonna take GQ, who's got knee issues as well. And yeah, this is tough, man. I don't know who to mock to the Raptors. If Graves is gone, Swain is gone, Christian Anderson's gone. I can't recall. if I've already mocked Abuka Akori, but apparently the Raptors have worked out Abuka Akori as well. So let's just mock him here. 20th. Could Chris Sinak go here? Possibly. Let's just do Chris Sinak. San Antonio Spurs take Chris Sinak. 21. Malik Thomas could be an intriguing option. Bennett Sturts is still on the board. He could be. I'm gonna go Sturts here. 22. This would be hilarious. A team that actually gambles on Jaden Quaintance is the Philadelphia 76ers, given their situation. Given their situation with Joel Embiid, hey, why not? We're gonna give them Jaden Quaintance. Atlanta at the 23rd spot. Who do we give them? I feel like I'm missing a few guys. I'm sorry, guys. I've completely mixed up the few guys I might have had drop here, but I'm pretty sure I gave Morez Johnson to someone else. Yeah, we'll give Atlanta someone like Malik Thomas. No, they've already taken a point guard. You know what? We'll give them. Yeah, let's just go Malik Thomas, 23rd. 24th, New York Knicks. I keep saying it. Terrace Reed fits in so well. He gives them something different than Karl Anthony Towns, and they're going to lose Mitchell Robinson free agency. LA Lakers. Malik Thomas. Did I give the Detroit Pistons? No. Let's go Henry Vesar here for the Lakers. Not something they need, but hey, it is what it is. 26th, Denver, Koa Pete. 27th. Who's still left? Isaiah Evans. 27th, Brooklyn again. Brooklyn Nets here. Who do we give them? We've still got Zuby Ejiofor as well. I forgot about him. Brooklyn Nets. Hey, why not? Let's give him some athleticism. We're giving him Zuby Ejiofor, 29th. Cleveland, 29th. No, we haven't given him Joshua Jefferson. Let's go Joshua Jefferson. Give him something different. And 30th. You know what? Dallas Mavericks. Who cares? Honestly, let's just do a random player here. I don't even care. Alex Caravan, maybe? Possibly. So, anyways, that's my mock draft. Not really, never really goes the way you want it to, but the draft starts at 5, says Joshua Brown. It does. That's 8 p.m. Eastern for you guys out there in the East Coast. For me on the West Coast, it's still only 5:34. So, all right, the Clippers pick. It should be Keaton Wagler. Mikael Brown, maybe, but I don't see how it's going to be anyone else besides those two players. I don't. Unless they could possibly take a Demar. They are in need of a center, but they know more about the Kawhi situation than we do. And if if Kawhi's contract is getting, if his contract's going to get canceled by the league, then just draft whoever and go young and rebuild. So could they take Acuff? They're saying Acuff. I don't know. I'm not a big Acuff guy. Nothing against him. I don't know, man. Not a big Acuff guy. I do like Keaton Wagler a little bit better. Darius Acuff looks a little bit nervous. Poor guy. Probably doesn't want to go to the Sacramento Kings, man. And do I blame him? Absolutely not. Beautiful place to live, but the organization is run very poorly. So they keep showing the two. Where's Mikael Brown? He could be in play as well here. Yeah, this is nerve-wracking. Just let's get to the Raptors pick already. We're like 35 minutes into the draft and we're still on pick number 5. Like, come on, guys. You guys give what? Teams like 5 minutes and commercial and all this talking. Just let's get it going. Okay, so my gut feeling, I've had this mocked here. I'm going to go Keaton Wagler here to the Clippers. Let's see who they take. Here we go. With the 5th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the LA Clippers select Keaton Wagler. Yeah, Keaton Wagler. I told you. He's a talented player, man. And as much as I hate the Clippers from the Raptors' point of view, they got a good one here. They've got a knack for talent, and Keaton Wagler is definitely a great pickup here. Keaton Wagler, someone that can score, someone that can apparently he's put on a lot of weight as well. Like he used to be 170 pounds at the draft combine. I'm going to look it up here, but apparently he weighed in at 190 pounds, which just goes to show the dedication of how much weight he's added to his frame. Measurements. There's so many guards here. It's so easy to mix up all of them, but I'm pretty sure it's Keaton Wagler whose measurements came in pretty good. 6'5". Yeah, see, so 6'5" barefoot. That's barefoot, man. Like put him in shoes and he's 6'6", 188 pounds with a 6'6" wingspan. So that's really good, man. That's really, really good, honestly. Wait. Okay, so we've got some trade rumors for you guys here. This is what this is what I wanted to see here. This is what I wanted to see. So, and Michael Grange also tweeted this out, guys. Any chance of Raptors moving up from the 19th? Very unlikely, according to his sources. Last year, OKC wanted to trade 3 firsts, had 14-24 last year, have 12-17 this year for Colin Murray-Boyles. Might be cheaper to move into the 10-15 range this year, but Raptors don't have an extra pick to lob around. So, okay, so here it is. So the Warriors, NBA Central is reporting this, and I'm just opening up the tab here, extra tab. The Warriors, pick number 11, and the Hawks have been discussing whether to use their picks to trade for Trey Murphy, according to Sam Amick. Honestly, man, if from both traded, Trey Murphy is so damn good. And especially in the Hawks case, like he literally helps you with so much. And the only thing with the Hawks is, who did they just trade for? Aaron Wiggins. So yeah, he's off the bench. You don't need to worry about him. You got Nikhil Alexander-Walker at the 2. You got CJ McCollum at the 1. And then have someone like Trey Murphy, man, at the 3. Are you kidding me? The floor spacing he'll provide. I always mix him and Herb Jones up, and I'm pretty sure Trey Murphy is a really good 3-point shooter. Let's look at his stats here. So Trey Murphy shot, 37% from the 3, and he did so on 8.6 attempts per game. And he's only 25, 26? How old is that? 26 years old. Trade for him, man. What are the Atlanta Hawks doing? Go get your guy. Garland plus Wagler, says Joshua. Oh man, that's a nice backcourt. I like it. And given Keaton Wagler's size as well, this is a nice pickup for them. I do really like it. But yeah, no other trade rumors so far. But yeah, let's see what happens with the Brooklyn Nets. I see them taking Mikael Brown Jr. I'm thinking of other possibilities that they can take. Hmm, I don't know. I'm trying to think of Darius Akoff. I don't see them taking Akoff though. Joshua saying candidate Mara, yeah, possibly, because they did lose Nicholas Claxton, right? So, um, yeah, that could be a realistic option because Mikael Brown would just add to the he would just add to the crowded backcourt. That is, and I'm not saying the Brooklyn Nets should pass on Mikael Brown because they've got I don't know who do they have. I'm trying to remember his name right now, but I'm not talking about Igor Demon, but I'm specifically talking about a certain player whose name I cannot remember. Ben Surf. So I'm not saying Ben Surf is a reason. Nolan Traore, those two guys. Ben Surf is a shooting guard. Nolan Traore is a point guard. So I mean, I don't know. Those shouldn't be the reasons why you're not choosing Mikael Brown. But it is a real possibility because the roster does need. They got Noah Clowney. Who else do they have for the center position? I mean, Danny Wolf is more of a power forward. I don't think he's suited for the center position. Daron Sharp, they could play, but again, I don't know, man. I feel like you're right though. It does. It does. Well, Gia Billis has got Kingston Flemings over Mikael Brown. No, I don't know about that. I like Kingston Flemings a lot actually, but I do also really like Mikael Brown Jr. So it was Mikael Brown Jr. I don't know why the NBA mock draft online was just saying Mikael Brown, but yeah, man, it's they just traded. Yeah, they did. So okay, so the Brooklyn Nets pick is in, but as usual, it'll take them a few minutes to kind of actually announce the pick. So they're showing the Nets headquarters, the draft headquarters. Apparently, they looked really pumped up and happy. They're all clapping, shaking hands. Sean Marks, if I'm not wrong, that's the general manager executive. I see him here too. They seem to be thrilled. So I'm guessing it's Mikael Brown. Or if they seem to be so thrilled, is it Darius Acuff? Because maybe they weren't anticipating Darius Acuff to fall. I just want a team to go way off the board and announce something funny. That would be awesome. All right, here we go. With the sixth pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Mikael Brown Jr. Yeah, see Mikael Brown Jr. And Joshua, you know me pretty well. I had this mock this way, and I even told you a few days ago. Keaton Wagler, Mikael Brown Jr. to the Brooklyn Nets. This is a nice pickup, man. Honestly, it's a good pickup. The guy's such a good 3-point shooter, and I'm not comparing him to Colin Knippel, but man, he could be like that version of him in this year's NBA draft. Like that, a really good 3-point shooter, quick release. I really like this pickup for the Brooklyn Nets. I'm giving this like a 9 out of 10. He's a really nice pickup. And of course, next we've got the Sacramento Kings. The most Sacramento Kings thing to do here would be not to select Darius Acuff, but so far, the draft has gone almost, except for Cameron Boozer, who I had him mock going to the Utah Jazz. It's going exactly the same way my own mock draft went. So I'm trying to recall who did I have after the Sacramento Kings. So I had the Atlanta Hawks taking Braden Burries. That's who I had. I feel like in Joshua, I know you don't like this, but Yaxel is a guy I definitely see falling, man, in this draft. He's going to be 24 in his rookie season. Yeah, but Mikael Brown, man, God, the guy's such a nice scorer. They're just showing his highlights right now. 3-level scorer. They're showing his ability to dunk, ability to step back and shoot the 3-point shot. It's truly amazing how your entire outlook of your team changes just by drafting one or good role players, right? I shouldn't say role players, but really good players. Like the Brooklyn Nets were known as that team that has no shooters, right? Last year, except for, of course, Michael Porter Jr. And it doesn't help, obviously, that they traded for Julius Randle. However, just having someone like Mikael Brown Jr., that's probably going to end up taking 4 or 5, probably even more, 5 or 6 threes for them next season. This just elevates their roster as a whole, the talent level. This also just gives him so much more floor spacing. Igor Demin displayed good qualities of being a good 3-point shooter last year for the Brooklyn Nets. And now you add someone like Mikhail Brown Jr. to that roster. I mean, unbelievable player, man. Unbelievable player. I'm going to quickly pull up his stats here. So the next pick for the Sacramento Kings should be Darius Acuff without a doubt. So he's 6'4", 190 pounds. I know what they were showing his measurements came in at 6'3", somewhat without shoes. But yeah, man, a solid. Oh, see his 3-point shot percentage. I remember looking at him and I remember thinking that his 3-point shot doesn't reflect how good of a 3-point shooter he is, because he took 7.6 threes a game, shot 34%, and averaged 18 points, 4.6 rebounds or assists, I should say, 3.3 rebounds, 1.2 assists. But he's a much better 3-point shooter than the numbers indicate. There's absolutely no doubt about it. His numbers are going to be a lot better, even in the NBA. I don't doubt it. His shooting mechanics are good. He just seems like the type of player that just would have a great shooting mechanic and just would be a really good shooter. So interesting enough, Ade Mara. I wonder if the Atlanta Hawks take him. I personally wouldn't. I just don't feel like he fits that team all that well. When we talk about Ade Mara at the, would the Atlanta Hawks be it? I love seeing also how emotional these parents get, man. It's amazing. These guys have put a lot of work into raising these kids, but also like look who takes these kids into practices all the time, right? Like these guys are working full time, and it's hard enough raising a kid as it is, and for parents to be able to take your kids to practice after work, before work, at 5 a.m., whatever they're dropping off. It's parents don't get enough credit for raising these star players. So they're saying the Kings pick is in. They'll probably announce it in a second. Oh yeah, absolutely. Solstice, man. The parents make a huge sacrifice, and obviously most of us that are adults are. My mom put in a lot of work raising me as well as a single mom. So shout out to my mom, man. Shout out to all the moms. Shout out to all the fathers as well for raising their kids. It should be Darius Acuff here. Oh, so I guess yeah, the Kings are so sure about this pick. Apparently they had time on the clock, but they said nope, we want to announce the pick now. So Adam Silver's coming out. This should be Darius Acuff without a doubt. Unless they go with D Mara here. Could you imagine? Yeah. Man, Adam Silver always scares me with the way he's saying some of the names, because he says it in such a slow manner. And Darius Acuff. I thought he was going to say a Damara with how slow he was saying it. But yeah, not really surprised. We kept hearing all those rumors about who the Kings want. And Darius Acuff is a nice player, but I don't know, man. A part of me also feels like I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong because I want these kids to succeed, guys. Part of me also feels like he might just be a bust. And I'm not saying bust in the sense that, he'll be out of the league in 2-3 seasons. I mean, he won't live up to the expectations that a lot of people have of him. Or at least, how some of these other guards will be. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. I don't know. It just seems like some of the shot selection he had in college, and it's just the eye test. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm not saying I'm right about this. But I do feel like with Darius Acuff, it just some of the ways he was getting his baskets, it does worry me about how he'll be able to do that at the NBA level. I will say one thing though, Darius Acuff, I watched more tape on him to make sure I wasn't being biased. Maybe I wasn't seeing something, but Darius Acuff also does a really, really good job of moving off without the ball and just setting himself up for open looks. So I do like Darius Acuff in that sense, but his defense isn't good, and it fits in with the Kings organization and the kind of players they've always kept getting is offensive, talented players that aren't good defenders. Acuff had 23.5 points last season, 44% from the 3-point line, 6.4 assists, 3.1 rebounds. A phenomenal player. Solsa says you're good. You called it. Thank you. Yeah, it was one of those things. Out of all the selections, this was one of the more well-known selections. However, now we're on to The Atlanta Hawks, they could go into multiple ways here because they could go Kingston Flemings. I'm looking at the NBA mock draft here and looking at the players. And, they could go Braden Burries. They could go a lot of ways. I personally had Braden Burries going there. I just feel like one of these guards are going to fall. I just feel like they're going to fall. I don't see maybe Kingston Flemings because of his size. Braden Burries has actually got really good size on him, but I don't know. We kept hearing LeBaron Philon, of course, falling, but could the Atlanta Hawks take him? His shot creation ability is pretty unique. Let's be honest. And for all the things we have to say about the Atlanta Hawks and some moves that they have made that haven't been all that great, they've done a fairly good job of drafting because what do the Hawks' draft selections look like the last few years? Let's have a look. Because I know they didn't want to trade away. Well, Zachary Reese-Shea. So we're not off to a good start here, but I know they didn't want to trade Kobe Buffkin. So not so much, I guess, their draft. They've done a good job of accumulating some young talent like Dyson Daniels. I know he wasn't selected by the Atlanta Hawks, but just overall, they've done a good job of finding these kind of players. Drake Powell is a big fan of. He's going to be a player that's going to take time. But yeah, Zachary Reese-Shea, Kobe Buffkin, AJ Griffin. They drafted Ryan Rollins in the second round, and I guess just never ended up. But Jalen Johnson, obviously, Onyeka Okongwu, Sharif Cooper, Jackson Hayes, Cam Reddish. Yeah, never mind, guys. The Atlanta Hawks are bad at drafting. Who do they draft here? They're going to a commercial break, but who do you guys think? This is a lot of the picks and a lot of the teams were a little bit harder to predict, or not as hard to predict, but the Atlanta Hawks are hard to predict because they need a center, a taller center. Do they go for someone? Do they go for someone like a DeMauro? That does solve their center issue because Onyeka Okongwu was only like 6'9", 6'10", but I feel strongly that about Ademara because the thing is he's going to crowd the paint and he's not really there as a floor spacer just yet in his NBA career. And yeah, he could rebound and all that, but I don't know. I feel like they love their floor spacing. That's one of the reasons why they got Kristaps Porzingis, right? So I don't think they'll bring him back. However, you know what? I said Braden Burries, but given their draft history, they've been really. I would say the Hawks have actually done a terrible job of drafting. I don't know why I was thinking they've done a good job of drafting. I guess I was mixing up some of the young players they have acquired, but they didn't draft those players. So fuck it. I'm gonna say, excuse my language, but I'm gonna say Nate Ament. They just might go off the board and say Nate Ament here, but I don't know. This is a tough selection. This isn't as easy to predict as some of the other teams. The Atlanta Hawks are. I'm gonna have a look at who they worked out. Actually, that's a good indication, not necessarily meaning that they'll certainly draft these type of players that they've worked out. But let's go NBA draft workout tracker. Let's see who they're drafted. And the Atlanta Hawks should be at the very top. So they worked out Keaton Walker, Mikael Brown. They do have Yaxel Lenderborg. They worked out Dalen Swain. I don't know if that makes sense with Jalen Johnson there. You need two, small forwards that are not able to shoot the three and that are able to handle the ball and pass and score. I don't know. Ibuka Okori, that could be interesting. He's projected to go way later. Could that be the reason that they were trying to move down? I don't know. That feels like a massive gamble, though. But hey, the Atlanta Hawks have always kind of drafted weird and reached for a lot of players, right? So, yeah, that's all I have on the Atlanta Hawks. Of the players, Keaton Walker's gone, Mikael Brown is gone, Dalen Swain, Yaxel Lenderborg, Ibuka Okori, Koa Pete, Zubi Ejiofor. And I know the Atlanta Hawks did, obviously work out some of these guys because they also have another pick in the first round at 23, I believe. 23. So that could be one of the reasons they look at Dalen Swain or Ibuka Okori. Yeah, I just don't see it, man. I don't know. I'm looking at their draft history. I'm looking at some of the players they've selected in the past, and they might just take Niederman. I don't know. Just a gut feeling. I'm just gonna stick with my original, prediction of Braden Burries, 6'5" point guard, NBA ready body, 215 pounds. I like what I saw from Braden Burries. I feel like I don't know. It doesn't make sense to draft Kingston Flemings. He is a really good straight line driver. However, with Kingston Flemings, it just feels like I don't know if this is the best type of player for them. I want to look up his Kingston Flemings. There we go. I want to look up his 3-point percentage because when you have Jalen Johnson, You do need more 3-point shooting. So yeah, see, Kingston shot 38.7% on threes, but on only 2.9 attempts from the 3-point line. So I don't think that'll be the pick here. And I'm not going to look online because I know someone's going to spoil it. I'm going to go with Braden Burries here. Dallas is also going to be very interesting. Masai Ujiri, we're very familiar with him as Raptors fans. Do we know who he's going to select, though? Probably not. He could go in multiple of different ways here. He could go Kareem Lopez. He could go Kingston Flemings. I don't think he will. He's not really been a huge. All right, the Atlanta Hawks pick is in. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. Braden Burries was the pick I'm ultimately going to go for. Let's see who they call. Oh, Kingston Flemings. All right. All right. So that was the second guy I had them going there, but good for them. Good for them. I know Braden Burries keeps getting mocked to the Dallas Mavericks. So, wow. I'm surprised they took him, but hey, good for them. I feel like his skills somewhat. I'm not saying he's exactly obviously those, Jalen Johnson, but I feel like he's somewhat of that kind of player that's like a straight line driver that attacks the basket a lot. And yeah, man, good for them though. He's a nice player. I do really like Kingston Flemings. His ability to attack the basket, his ability to jump, it's great, man. It's a nice pickup. I personally would have gone someone else just for the fit. Um, but yeah, LeBaron Philon. I don't obviously did not expect him to go here, but yeah, let's see what happens with him. I heard Dallas Mavericks could take him, but I've also heard about Braden Burries being there as well. So that's the second pick I've gotten wrong outside of where Cameron Boozer would go. Braden Burries, I don't know. Do that. I just feel like Masai is so unpredictable. I just don't see him going there. Joshua saying Acuff at 7. Atlanta needs a big. Mara elevates that lineup. He does. Joshua, I don't disagree with you. Yeah, so it's tough, man. I don't know. Oh yeah. Joshua was saying that they signed CJ to a 1-year deal, and they could have Flemings take over, which is absolutely fair because CJ's at the end of his career, and I do really like Flemings. I think it's going to be a nice player in the NBA despite his smaller frame and size. But 16.1 points last season, 39%, 5.2 assists, 4.1 rebounds is actually really nice for his size, man. I really do like that. It's so funny because they're just showing the front office of the Atlanta Hawks headquarters, and these guys are also team. They're just clapping and they're just looking at each other. Whereas like the Brooklyn Nets, they're cheering like they just won $1 million. But interesting enough, maybe they had the Atlanta Hawks perhaps had someone else in mind, and I'm sure they were hoping for one of Mikael Brown or someone like Keaton Wagler to fall to them. But hey, nice pickup overall. The Dallas Mavericks. Sorry, who are we gonna predict the Dallas Mavericks have here? I've just heard so much about Braden Burries. I don't know if they take him though. Let's see. Who did the workout? That's a good indication of to see. Wait, did the Hawks work out Kingston Flemings? So it doesn't on the workout tracker. It actually does not show that they worked out Kingston Fleming. So I guess they're being a little bit secretive too, like the Raptors. The Dallas Mavericks. Who did the workout? I know they've actually worked out. Where did they go? Oh, so the Dallas Mavericks, interestingly enough, I had them picking Kingston Flemings, and they did work him out. They have not worked out Braden Burries because I believe I could be wrong. Braden Burries canceled his workout with one of these teams around this area. So the Dallas Mavericks worked out Keaton Wagler, Mikael Brown, Darius Acuff, Kingston Fleming, Axel Lendemore, Kareem Lopez, Hannes Steinsbach, LeBaron Philon, Christian Anderson, Bennett Sturts, Abuka Corey, Zuby Ejiofor, Battle Miller. Messiah also is someone that's pretty secretive. Could it be Braden Burries? Possibly. I think Braden Burries, correct me if I'm wrong, he actually canceled his workout with someone else. Josh was saying it should be Braden Burries, but knowing the Dallas Mavericks and knowing Masai Ujiri, he might just draft Zuby. Yeah, if could you imagine? I feel like he'd lose his job in a few months if he drafted Zuby here. Braden Burries is, what I'm going to go with. Would it surprise me if he went with someone like LeBaron Philon? Absolutely not, because Kevin O'Connor was apparently mentioning that's the first time he's heard someone mention LeBaron Philon being linked to LeBaron Philon, being linked to the Dallas Mavericks. Also interesting, Dusty May was the head coach that coached the Michigan players. So You still got Ademara here. You got Morez Johnson, and you got Yaxel Lendeborg as well. Morez Johnson could be interesting given the defense he brings. Could they go? It might be a little bit of a reach. I'm just trying to see here. That would be a massive reach if the Dallas Mavericks. Oh man, the front office just looks dead. They look like they're at a funeral. They're just showing their headquarters, Mavericks headquarters, and the Dallas Mavericks. Their head coach looks a little bit nervous, almost like you're telling him to keep a secret, and it's like a little kid who's getting super excited. He's smirking there. They're gonna take one of the. They're gonna take one of those guys. The way he's smirking, this fucker. They're taking one of those guys. They were taking one of the Michigan guys. They're taking either Ademara or who's the other guy, Morez Johnson. I think they're gonna go with Morez. Yeah, see, they need size at the Forest. Okay, so they've made their selection. Braden Burries is the one everyone keeps in mind. I'm gonna go Morez Johnson. The coach's smile just gave it away there.
With the ninth pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Morez
Johnson. Oh, told you guys. Morez Johnson, man, classic Masai Ujiri, eh? Oh my God. Oh, Joshua, good thing I did not see it. Might be a Wolverine. You know what? I told you, Morez Johnson. Just gut feeling, man. Just gut feeling. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Wow. This the coach is not good at keeping a secret, man. That's the funny thing. Masai's always been so damn secretive, and I hope I didn't spoil it for you, Joshua, there. But man, I just said it. Gut feeling, Morez Johnson, and the way that coach was smiling, you just knew. You just knew he had a smile on his face, like when you tell your little cousin that he can have some candy and don't tell his parents, and he's smiling there and he's trying to hold that laughter and smile. Whew. Morez Johnson makes sense, man. Makes sense. Masai Ujiri, right? 6'9" guys. So, all right. Did they work him out? No. So I guess they were pretty secretive about that too. So yeah, I guess Braden Burries falls. I was anticipating Braden Burries to fall a little bit, but yeah, holy. I guess this mock draft still hasn't updated. They still have Braden Burries there at the 9th position, but wow, this is huge for the Milwaukee Bucks. They could go with Braden Burries here. They could go with Braden Burries. Damn. Wow. That's all I can say. Morez Johnson, no one anticipated he'd go here, actually. And I'm not going to lie, I hadn't really thought about it until I thought about the players that were left on the board, and I'm thinking of Masai Ujiri and the type of players he likes. Makes sense. Morez Johnson. They want to solidify their defense, and you look at the Mavericks as a whole, and what the roster looks like. It's interesting because I feel like they have a lot of size at the forward position. Mavs roster. Okay, so obviously Cooper Flag, Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, Daniel Gafford is more suited for the power forward position, but we know the modern NBA has those kind of centers. PJ Washington was their power forward. They should ideally look to trade him, create a little bit more room. And Derek Lively, obviously, at the center position. I guess that's it. They don't have a lot of depth at the power forward position when you really think about it. They got Tyler Smith, who was on the Milwaukee Bucks before, but yeah, I guess that's it. PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford are the real guys that can play power forward. Cooper Flag. Interesting enough, though, where's Masai Ujiri? They're not showing him in the Mavericks draft headquarters. Oh, there he is. He's off to the side. He's kind of a little bit off the cameras there, but he seemed pretty thrown, not surprised. No, his mom's crying, man. Shout out to his mom. She worked her butt off. She worked her butt off to get her son here. Good for her. Morez Johnson. All right, guys. All right, so that means Braden Burries has fallen. Do the Milwaukee Bucks take him? Do the Bucks take him? This is interesting now. This is interesting. I don't want to go on Twitter. There's going to be spoilers there. So, okay, we got the Bucks there. Let's take a look at who the Bucks have worked out. I'm going to quickly scroll down and see their workout tracker for the Milwaukee Bucks. See who they have worked out. So they worked out Mikal Brown, Darius Akov, Yaxel Lenderborg, Kareem Lopez, LeBaron Philon. I could see them taking LeBaron. Very a guy with the ceiling. The ceiling is just sky high for him, man. If he works out for the Milwaukee Bucks in the long term, or whichever team he goes for. But I part of me is very, very um, Joshua. You know this. Part of me wants LeBaron Fallon to fall, man, because I know the Raptors would take him in an instant. But out of the players they've worked out that are still available for the Milwaukee Bucks, Kareem Lopez, LeBaron Fallon, but now we know Braden Burries is also someone they could potentially take here as well. Braden Burries, interestingly enough, I had Braden Burries fall a little bit in my not in my mock draft, but I was just speaking in a group chat, and I was thinking that out of the few guys that the players that could fall. And funny enough, I actually thought Morez Johnson might fall a little bit just because there's so many good players here, and I just felt like he might fall not super low, but like at the 14th, 15th, 16th spot. I didn't anticipate he would go this high, even though a team like the Thunder could use him. But okay, Milwaukee Bucks. Who do we go with here, guys? I'm not looking at spoilers. I'm not looking at live chats. Um, they got Braden Burries here, Kareem Lopez. They've worked out. Who's the other guy they worked out here that I was looking at? Yaxel Lendeborg, LeBaron Fallon. So you know what? Part of my gut feeling is telling me LeBaron Fallon, and I don't want to say, yeah, I don't know if they go with Braden Burries. Honestly, I don't think they will. I don't think the Milwaukee Bucks will go with Braden Burries here. I'm gonna go. I feel like they're just in a position where they need to add talent, but they also do need someone kind of at the small forward position, and they're not in no rush to win right now, even though they don't have their own picks. I'm torn between Kareem Lopez and LeBaron Fallon here. My gut feeling is telling me LeBaron, but also it's saying Kareem Lopez as well. They might go with the ultimate upside here. Brain Burries looks a little bit dejected here. Is that LeBron's friend? Damara looks a little bit stressed. Excuse me. He's a little bit stressed. You know what? It's got to be LeBaron or Kareem Lopez here. I don't think it will be Braden Burries. I don't know. Just gut feeling. I don't think it'll be Nate Ament either. He looks very stressed out. I don't know. My heart keeps saying Kareem Lopez. It wouldn't surprise me if they took LeBaron or Kareem, but I'm going to go Kareem here. They're going to go for the ultimate, and that's not to say that LeBaron doesn't have the upside, but okay. So the Bucks headquarters looks really nervous right now, and they also look like they're like freaking college kids. What is this? None of these guys look like they're mature enough to even have a job, let alone be working in the front office. They look really young, unless they're children. Okay, final call. I'm gonna go LeBaron Fallon. LeBaron Fallon, not Kareem. Here we go.
2026 NBA draft. The Milwaukee Bucks select Braden Burries.
Oh, so they did go Braden Burries. All right, fair enough. I thought he would fall a little bit, but hey, good for them. All right, so Joshua, you got those fingers crossed. Hopefully LeBaron keeps falling. Ooh. Okay, so if Braden Burries goes to the Milwaukee Bucks, wow, this gives Golden State Warriors an enormous chance to choose a Damara here. So who did the Warriors? Oh man, this is gonna be fun because they have a lot of good options right now. They got Kareem Lopez, LeBaron Fallon. I don't see them taking LeBaron Fallon. The Golden State Warriors. Where are you? Okay, so funny enough, they have worked out Braden Burries. They have also worked out a Damara. Yaxel Landebor, Kareem Lopez is still there. Morez Johnson has gone. Hannes Stein's back. They've also worked out Cameron Carr, LeBaron Fallon. Man, you guys make this pick. Because yes, they do need a center, but I don't know if that fits their style. And maybe they got trauma from I shouldn't say trauma, they got PTSD from selecting a center over, who, LaMelo Ball. So and that center is no longer in the NBA, unfortunately, right? So I don't know. The Warriors like to play a very fast pace of basketball, but do they also base their decision on the fact that you got a monster in the Western Conference as Victor Wembanyama? God, this is tough. I actually think they might just go with someone like Hannes Steinsbach. Cameron Carr is the one I had mocked there. I don't know if they choose him, just given who's still available. Ade Mara. They won't choose Yaxel. I just don't see it. I don't see Yaxel. I don't see them choosing Kareem Lopez. I just don't. He's going to take years to develop, and they may not have the shots available for him to fully develop just right now. And we've known they've done such a terrible job of developing those type of players. That have that are raw, that need time to develop. We've seen it with who's that guy? Jonathan Kuminga. They traded to Atlanta Hawks. So we're going to cross off Kareem Lopez. Morez Johnson's already gone. Braden Burries is gone. Ade Mara or Hannes Steinsbach. Cameron Carr, maybe. I don't see it. I don't see them taking LeBaron Philon either. Yeah, I don't see them taking LeBaron just because he's so skinny, and I don't know how he'd fit with Steph Curry there, right? They're both super skinny. That just makes the backcourt really awkward. Man, I'm torn between this. I actually think they should take Hannes Steinsbach. Play him at the power forward position. Play Draymond Green at the 5, because if you do get a Demara, I don't know if you can. A Demara and Draymond Green are a really weird fit, man. They really are. Jimmy Butler's not a good 3-point shooter. Ade Mara isn't either, and neither is what's his face and Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, or Ade Mara. So it's like you got 3 guys in your starting lineup that need the ball in their hands. Not need the ball in their hands, excuse me, but neither of them are great 3-point shooters. So yeah, this is. I mean, not to see that Steinsbach is a good 3-point shooter either, but who did it choose? Man, this is a fun draft. This really is. Because you got so many players. Like, there's not a solidified, players that are going to go in that 12 to 12 range. There's so many guys that could fall. There's so many guys that could rise as well. They could go crazy and go Allen Graves here, man. It would not surprise me. Although that'd be a huge, massive, massive reach there. But, oh, come on. Just announce it already. Warriors. Who do you take? Do they potentially let Ade Mara slip and let the Oklahoma City Thunder take him? I don't know about that. I don't know about that, to be honest. Part of me thinks Steinbach would be really good due to his passing ability and his rebounding ability. That's something the Warriors need desperate help in. But this is tough, man. This is tough. I just got a notification. I'm not checking Twitter. Hopefully it's not a big trade, but I don't know. Gut feeling just tells me Steinsbach. Hannes Steinsbach. Cameron Carr, I could see them maybe, but okay, I thought a trade happened because you just see a lot of people moving around. Okay. Yeah, just Nate Ament is still on the board. I don't see them taking Nate Ament. Yaxel Lendeborg? I don't know, man. I'm torn on him. I really am torn on him. He's going to be 24 years old next season. I know they need players that can help right now, but Nate Ament, I don't see that happening. I just really don't. Oh, this is tough. I'm going to go with Steinsbach here. Hannes Steinsbach. Steinsbach. It's hard. Ade Mara. No. Ade Mara is falling. I just got feelings telling me he's not going to go here. Yeah, imagine how much pressure these kids are under, though, right? It's summertime, it's hot as hell, you're wearing these tuxedos, and if you don't get selected, now you're sweating a little bit because you don't know how far you're gonna fall. So I feel for some of these kids, man. I feel for some of these kids. Joshua's saying Ade Mara, Nate Ament, Yaxel. Wouldn't surprise me if they took Yaxel, but I don't know. I just feel like there's more players with higher upside here. Like even with Ade Mara, like it's like you get your center for the future, but Ade Mara is also not a center you could play for like 30, 35 minutes in the playoffs, right? He's going to get fatigued just given his size and height. So the pick is in. They're going to announce it in a few seconds, hopefully. They keep showing Yaxel. I think they might just choose someone that none of us expect, actually. I'm going to go. Actually, I don't really see them choosing Hannes Steins back either. Who are we kidding? He's not really the type of player that they would choose. Could they? Cameron Carr? I don't know. Possibly. Oh yeah, Moses Moody is still there too. So did they take him? I don't know. I'm torn because I know Hannes Steinsbach is not the best fit or not the type of players they usually go for. I think they'll just go for a day Mara. My gut feelings tell me a day. Hannes Steinsbach would fit in. I don't know. How do you guys feel about this, man? Okay. Did we look at who the Warriors have worked out? We did, right? They have worked out Yaxel. They have worked out Kareem, Hannes Steinsbach. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm just gonna go with Demara. No, Giannis. Or sorry, not Giannis. Hannes Steinsbach, actually. Oh wow! They actually did take him, Joshua. You were right. I'm surprised they took him. I'm surprised they took him. I felt like he would have fell a little bit, but hey, Joshua, you call this man. He is emotional as hell, man. He is emotional as hell, and good for him. You can see Ademar just standing in the back. Obviously, he's happy for his teammate there, but I did not expect this. I did not expect this. It is a good pickup. I just felt like they should have chosen someone with a little bit more upside. Wow, a lot of people, man, a lot of players are falling, guys. The Raptors have options. The Raptors have a bunch of options. Okay, so they're saying the Warriors would consider moving Draymond Green in the right deal. So also final return for the Hawks trade night from last year. Pelicans get Derek Queen. Hawks get Kingston Flemings, Asa Newell, and it should be who did they take? Kingston Flemings. So honestly, a really good Kingston Flemings, Asa Newell, as opposed to Derek Queen. Wow. So a lot of interesting options, man. A lot of interesting options. That's all I'm gonna say. A lot of interesting options for the Toronto Raptors. So we're 11 picks in, and let's see if this board has updated. So you still got Hannes Steins back on there. You got Cameron Carr, Adi Mara, LeBaron Philon, Kareem Lopez. You know, I like him. Christian Anderson, obviously, is someone that you should still expect to be on the board. Nate Ament. Oh boy, please don't do it, Raptors. Please don't do it. Nate Ament. I don't dislike him, excuse me. I just think it's gonna take him a while to draft, and I'm a little bit lower, not a little bit, I'm quite lower on him compared to even someone like Kareem Lopez. So wow. Good for them. Yaxel Underboard. And they're showing Yaxel's head coach, who's now the Dallas Mavericks head coach. He seems pretty pumped up too, which is good. All right, so we've got OKC Thunder. Man, you have got to take Ademara here. There's no way the Thunder don't take him, right? So let's take a look at the players that the Thunder have worked out so far. I'm just gonna turn this down a bit because it says it's probably gonna take another couple minutes here. So the Oklahoma City Thunder. Where did you go? Okay, so the OKC Thunder, this is who they've worked out. Nate Ament, funny enough. Morez Johnson's gone. Yaxel is gone. Bennett Sturts, Alan Graves, Jaden Quintons. They didn't work out a day Mara. I don't know. I find that hard to believe. I really do find that hard to believe that they didn't work out a day Mara. Jaden Quintons is still there. I don't know if they take him with this pick. They might take him with that next pick because Jaden Quintons is someone that's expected to fall. So, oh boy, man, am I excited. There's going to be some players that are definitely falling already. And, a lot of people had already anticipated LeBaron Philon falling. Nate Ament is falling. That's a lot, someone that a lot of people expected to fall. Who else are we missing here that's falling? Ade Mara. In the next 4 or 5 picks, I think you should start seeing someone like Cameron Carr, Hunter Steins back, unless someone reaches and goes like Zuby Ejiofor and Alan Graves in the early teens, which wouldn't surprise me really. But wow, um, I like it, man. I like it. Okay, so they're saying the OKC pick is in. They have to. I don't know if they do though. Do they? The OKC Thunder have Chet Holmgren. They have what's his name? The Williams guy. I'm forgetting the name. I'm just blanking out right now. There's too many things going on here. Let's see the Thunder's roster here. Jalen Williams. That's who it is. Jalen Williams. He's more of a power forward, but he can play the center position. And then you also have the player they drafted last year. Where did he go? He didn't play. He was injured. Isaiah Hartenstein. I think they'll definitely waive now. You guys know who I'm talking about with the Thunder. It's not just coming. Where did he go? He is Thomas Sorber. So he's 6'9" center. I don't know, man. It's easy to say a Diamara here. I don't see it. A part of me says they're gonna go with someone else. Do they go with Hannes Steins back? Because he rebounds the ball really well. They need rebounders. They need playmakers. They need someone that can score the ball. Do they go Dalen Swain? I always felt like Dalen Swain would be an excellent pickup for the Thunder, but that's just my gut feeling, man. As you guys have seen, I get some right, I get some wrong. They keep saying the pick is in, but they're going to take another 40 seconds to announce. Okay, so the OKC Thunder have a golden opportunity to take a Daymara here. They could also go a little bit crazy and go Cameron Carr. They could even – could you imagine if LeBaron Philon goes to the OKC Thunder? He's gotten a lot of comparisons to OKC. That would be the ultimate, crazy pick that the Thunder could possibly take. This is tough. So I'm going to go – oh, man, I am torn on this. I want to see a Daymara, and everyone keeps thinking the Thunder will take him because, he'll help you guard Wemby, but I'm not saying they shouldn't prepare for Wemby. That's not to disrespect Wemby at all. I just feel like there's other players here because they already have that center position locked down. It's going to become actually very complicated if they don't, because you're going to have the guy who I just mentioned, whose name I keep forgetting. They drafted last year, but he was injured. Thomas Sorber. Sorry, Thomas. I don't know why I keep forgetting your name, but Thomas Sorber. And then you're going to have a Daymara play off the bench. I don't know if that makes sense. You know what? I'm going to go with Hannes Stein back here. They could go Nate Ament. I don't see them. Maybe Cameron Carr. I don't know, man. This is hard. Who do you guys think? Okay. Oh, so they're announcing the pick. Stein's back. Oh, there we go. So, oh man, the Thunder just keep getting stronger and stronger. But not surprised they took a Daymara here. But I don't know, man. I genuinely feel like this. I felt like Hannes Steins back would have been a great pickup for them. They keep showing. I love their head coach, man. He actually reminds me not a lot, in some ways, of our own head coach. He just seems very passionate, excited for his, for the players that he coached get drafted. But fucking OKC Thunder, man, they just get stronger, I guess. Okay, so with the OKC Thunder now selecting a Daymara, we got the Milwaukee Bucks yet once again. This was supposed to be, of course, the Miami Heat's pick, but we know the Miami Heat have obviously traded for Giannis. So who do the Milwaukee Bucks take? How old is Cameron Carr? I gotta look this up. I think he's a junior, but how old is he exactly? Is he 20 years old? Is he 21.6? Actually, yeah, I see Cameron Carr slipping a little. Never mind. I thought he was 20 years old for some reason. His age does make it a little bit of a challenge. Do the Bucks go with LeBaron Philon here? My goodness, that would be crazy. I could see the Bucks really going to someone like Hannes Steins back. I really could. I feel like he would actually fit in really well. Gives them someone that can handle the ball, someone that rebounds the ball really well. Dalen Swain. How old is Dalen Swain here? My goodness, man. Some of these teams are just getting amazing pickups here. Let's see. Okay, Dalen Swain is 20.9 years old. That could be fascinating. I think the Milwaukee Bucks could take him. I don't think they will. I think they should. They might go with the ultimate upside. Kareem Lopez, no. I just feel like if Nate Ament is falling, Kareem Lopez is falling as well. Jeez, this is tough, man. Because whoever the Bucks take here, now you're setting up the Hornets, who have 2 picks. Then you have the Bulls, that's their second pick as well. And then you have the Memphis Grizzlies as well, who have their second pick. So those kind of teams are able to take a bigger gamble, right? Because they've already gotten their good players in the top 4 picks, especially with the Bulls and Memphis Grizzlies. And then you have the Thunder and the Charlotte Hornets here once again. Okay, so all of the Michigan players go in the top 12, the 3 players, 9th, 11th, and 12th pick. Third reigning champs who have 3 lottery picks since the lottery began in 1985. Good for them. That's amazing. I'm getting a little bit nervous here, especially with LeBaron Philon. Cameron Carr, I don't see him going next. Jeez, just don't take LeBaron Philon. Leave him for the Toronto Raptors. So I hate how he says the Miami Heat, even though we know him. So LeBaron Philon is only 20.6 years old. So he's still very young. How old is Kareem Lopez? Kareem's got to be like 19. And I need to see Nate Ament as well because they're going to go with players that are a little bit younger. So Kareem Lopez is 19.2 years old. I could see them taking him. And then Nate Ament is 19.5 years old as well. But Nate Ament just feels like a big, big gamble. You know what? I'm going to wait a minute to make my final decision on who I think the Milwaukee Bucks could take, because who did they take? They took Braden Burries. So Braden Burries, they got Ryan Rollins, they got Tyler Hero, 3 guys that are kind of at the point guard / shooting guard position. Small forward, they don't have anyone. Small forward, unless you're talking Jaime Hawkins, but I guess you could technically put him there. I don't know. Part of me wants to see Kareem, but I just don't know if they'll take him. This is a very difficult pick to predict. Like if Ade Morrow was here, maybe they could have taken him. I don't see Cameron Carr going here. LeBaron Philon, possibly. You know what? I'm going to wait till the last second to announce it because, let's take a look at who they worked out. The Milwaukee Bucks have worked out. Who else? The Bucks have worked out. Okay, so the Bucks have worked out the players that are still remaining: Kareem Lopez, LeBaron Philon. So it's got to be that. But a lot of these teams are also fooling us because they may not have worked out those players, but then they end up choosing them, and that's because those workouts haven't been made public. LeBaron Philon, or Kareem Lopez. Who do they go with? They've got 3 guards already. I think they go with Kareem Lopez. Hannes Steinsback would make a lot of sense for them. How old is Hannes Steinsback? Let's see. I need to check how. Where did he go? Okay, I need to see how old Hannes Steinsback is. 6'11", 250 pounds, great size. 20.1 years old, so it's not as if he's super old. Man, I'm ultimately torn here. They're going with Steinbach, Kareem Lopez, or LeBaron Philon. I'm going to rule out LeBaron Philon just for the fact that they have 3 guards. And I know teams, especially in a position with Milwaukee, you shouldn't be worried about what position you're overfilling here. You could possibly take LeBaron Philon. You could look to get rid of Tyler Hero for the future. And you just got Braden Burries. I don't know. I heard it says Kareem Lopez, but it also says Hannes Steinsback. This is going to be tough between who they're going to choose. I think they're going to choose one of the 2. Keep going back to Kareem Lopez, and the fact that they have 2 picks, I feel like they're a team that could potentially gamble on it. But also, like Nate Ament hasn't been selected either, so it's like both of those guys are. If those guys are falling, they're falling because teams don't want to take that gamble. But you also have these teams that are. Yeah, they didn't apparently work out Nate Ament, which is interesting. Milwaukee. What do you do here? I think they might just take LeBaron. I don't know. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go with my gut feeling. I think they're gonna take Hannes Steins back. I think that's how they do it. That's who I think they'll be taking. We're getting closer to the Toronto Raptors pick, so this will be interesting because a lot of people like LeBaron Fallon for the Toronto Raptors, and is that someone the Raptors could potentially take? I wouldn't be surprised. All right, Joshua, you are saying Milwaukee's drafting a med perfect fit. Oh yeah, I forgot about Yakachonis as well. Like he's a shooting guard as well. So yeah, never mind. They're not. I need to double check because Yakachonis is what, like a shooting guard, right? 6'4", 6'5", whatever he is. Kasper Yakachonis. Height, how tall is he? 6'5". I mean, I don't know. He's not really suited to play the small forward position though. 6'6". Yeah, I don't know. He's more suited to play the shooting. I don't see them taking LeBaron, man. I really don't. And I hope I'm right here because I want LeBaron Fallon falling a little bit. Oh, Mikal Brown is gone. Darius Seacoff is gone. Yaxel is gone. Kareem is there. Who's the pick after? Who's the pick after the Milwaukee Bucks? Is the Hornets. The Hornets I definitely do see taking Hannes Steins back. You know what? I think they're going to go with... So I don't know if this... Yeah, this is not up to date because it says Cameron Carr in mine, but I'm going to go Kareem Lopez here. Screw it. Hannes Steinbach would make a lot of sense. It wouldn't surprise me if either of those are players. But let's see here.
With the 13th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Miami Heat select Nate Heyman.
Oh, what? You gotta be kidding me. Wow. I don't know, Joshua, if you've seen a tweet online, but they took Nate Ament? I mean, I guess, but still, like, it's like they could afford to take these kind of players, but I don't know, man. I'm not a big Nate Ament guy. I also dislike the fact that they make this pick for Miami, even though we know this pick is Milwaukee. I nearly choked on my saliva. I can't believe they actually took Nate Ament. I thought, Joshua, you were just suggesting that they should take Nate Ament or they might take Nate Ament, but I don't know if you read a tweet online. I don't know what the case is, but you're going to have to tell me. Man, that is surprising. That is surprising. Oh, you were guessing. Wow, nice guess. I did not anticipate that. Wow, Nate Ament. This is good. This is really good. So apparently, the Warriors were taking calls for the 11th pick, which is interesting because what were you going to take? Are you thinking of trading down? So I'm catching up on this chat here. I hope they don't spoil the next pick here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, sorry guys. I'm just catching up here. Okay, so of the players remaining, Hannes Steinsbach is probably going to the Hornets. I'm certain on that. I'm absolutely certain on that because the Hornets are trying to trade for Domantas Sabonis, and even though they're two different players, both Hannes Steinsbach and Domantas Sabonis have the similarities in their offensive game and their lack of defense. Hannes Steinsbach is a player that can rebound the ball really well. When you look at Domantas, what does he do so well? I believe he led the league in rebounding one season, and someone that can score, someone that can, who can find his teammates, he can pass. Hannes Steinsbach is a player that can do that. And so is Domantas Sabonis. And both of them aren't, great rim protectors. Both of them are a little bit slow-footed. And both of them just aren't, like, great three-point shooters either, right? So I could definitely see the Hornets taking Hannes Steinsbach. I've never been more sure of a pick. I genuinely feel like that's the pick. And let's take a look quickly before, the 2 minutes are up as to who the Charlotte Hornets worked out. They could also take Dylan Swain here as well. I think they like those two players. I could also see Dylan Swain going to the Oklahoma City Thunder. So let's see. Charlotte Hornets, where are you? So they've worked out Kareem Lopez, Christian Anderson, Bennett Sturts, Abuka, Corey, Koa, Pete. They don't have Dylan Swain on there, which is interesting. They don't have Hannes Steins back on there, which is interesting. But they also do need defense as well. So keep that into mind. A dark horse for them could be Alan Graves, but I think they're going to probably wait till their second pick to select someone like Alan Graves. Um, wow, the Raptors are going to have options, man. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. please, please take someone good here. Please take someone. JQ or Hannes Steins back. I think JQ is going to fall a little, Joshua. I think they're probably going to take him with the second first round pick they have here. But I think for sure I'm going to go Hannes Steins back here. And after the Hornets, it's going to be the Bulls. The Bulls are a little bit harder to predict because they got their power forward in Caleb. Who do they take? I could see them taking Cameron Carr. A lot of teams have mocked Cameron Carr there. Who else? They could take LeBaron Philon. I guess Christian Anderson would be a little bit undersized, and the backcourt would be just horrendous. They could take Kareem Lopez as well, which would be, on par with, Caleb Wilson in terms of being, someone that's going to take some time to develop. Not saying they're the same players, but wow, wow! I can't believe they took Nate Ament. That is unbelievable, and I'm happy they did because this means more good players are falling to the Raptors. So ultimately, they ended up taking Braden Burries and Nate Ament. So Nate Ament, he's like 6'9", 205 pounds, and he's what 19.6 years old. 19 and a half years old. So I guess Jonathan and Isaac comparisons. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not too sure about this one. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, if he plays really well, he's gonna hit, but it's also gonna be a player that's gonna take a really long time to develop. Okay, so interesting enough. So the Hornets pick is in. We'll wait till they announce it. Who do I have them selecting? So I think they're going to take Hannes Steins back here. It just makes too much sense for them. They also need some defense, though. So who's available in terms of defense? Morris Johnson was the player that kept getting mocked here. He's gone. A lot of the power forwards are gone. I don't know. I don't think they'll reach for Alan Graves this far. They do need defense, and they'd have to hope that he falls to, or he's still there at 18. Dylan Swain, possibly. He's someone that can handle the ball. But I think one of the Memphis Grizzlies or the Bulls or OKC is going to take one of those three teams after the Hornets are going to be the team that takes Dylan Swain. So I feel like if they don't take him here, he's going to be gone before the next pick. But let's see. We still got Kareem Lopez on the board. Wow, Kareem Lopez. I actually anticipated he would go a little bit higher, but I just wish they would update this website. So it's kind of confusing. I guess LeBaron Philon is still on the board. I don't see them taking him. They're pretty loaded at the guard position. Hannes Steinsback or Dylan Swain. That's the two I'm going with. I think they're going to try to target one or the other with that second pick, but they also have to weigh in whether either of these players will be available at that spot. So, okay, they're waiting for Adam Silver. He's coming out. Hannes Steinsback, it wouldn't surprise me if they go Dylan Swain. They could reach for Alan Graves here. Oh, trade. Oh, wow.
As part of a deal to be finalized later,
Oh, wow.
Miami Heat are trading to Milwaukee Bucks. The draft rights to Nate Ament.
Well, we already know this, man. Come on, Adam. Don't scare us like that. So who do the Hornets select? There we go. Hannes Steinsback, Dylan Swain.
The Charlotte Hornets select
Yeah. Hannes Steinbach. A really nice addition for them, man. Rebounds the ball really well. And, if you watch the Hornets last year, they're a great offensive team. But one thing they really need was rebounding and they need obviously someone that can play make. And, you have LaMelo Ball that's able to do that. But if you're able to get that from the power forward position, this is great, man. This is great. Dylan Swain is still here. LeBaron Philon. Joshua, you are pumped up. You are pumped up. I know because you want the Raptors to draft LeBaron File. You've been on that case for a while. Wow. Wait, I'm just checking. Okay, so I'm just seeing if there's any trade updates. Okay, so no trade updates right now. I'm just quickly checking before Shams ruins the next pick for us. But we've got the Bulls. Okay, so I gotta open this because Warriors owner Joe Lacob and Mike Dunleavy were apparently in disagreement of what to do here. Interesting. That's very fascinating. Oh boy, oh boy. I can't wait to catch up to Twitter. Um, oh my God. This is going to be so crazy, guys. We're about to get some players that we aren't expecting to go up here, and we're going to get some players. Okay, so let's see. No trades. Okay, so we still got Cameron Carr, Phylon, Sturts, Anderson, and Corey still there. Oh my God. Could you imagine? The Raptors are going to have. Okay, so let's go to the Bulls. Let me just turn this down a little and see who they're going to. Oh my God. Could you imagine if Cameron Carr and LeBaron Phylon are both still there for the Toronto Raptors? Oh my goodness. Joshua, I hope you're not ruining that for me. I hope that's not a Shams Charney tweet, but yeah, I can see Cameron Carr going. They're very interesting because a lot of mock drafts are often wrong about which team is going where. So the Bulls have worked out Caleb Wilson, Cameron Boozer, Keaton Wagler, Mikael Brown Jr., Darius Acuff, Kinston Flemings, Nate Ament, Horace Johnson, Yaxel, Lundeborg. All of them are gone. Kareem Lopez is still on the board. LeBaron Phylon is still on the board. Christian Anderson is still on the board. And this is so funny because they're literally. I guess they muted Dirk Nowitzki, who's talking to Hannes Steinsbach because they're both German, but we couldn't hear a thing because Dirk was muted. So interesting. All right, so the Bulls, they've got an option here because who is still available? Kareem Lopez is still available. LeBaron Phylon is still available. I don't think they'll take LeBaron Phylon. What does the Bulls roster look like right now? Let's take a look. So the Bulls roster is Josh Giddey, Matas Buzelis, Noah Essengate. We know they got Caleb Wilson. Rob Dillingham is there. Colin Sexton is a free agent. Leonard Miller. Anthony Simons is a free agent. They now have Nicholas Claxton. Jalen Smith is a free agent. So it feels like they could still use a center. I guess they got Nick Richards there as well. But, I mean, come on. Like, those aren't centers. Gershon Yabusele is still there. These aren't centers where you're passing up on players, So Nicholas Claxton could be a backup center if they want. They don't really have a ton of options, I guess, in terms of center position. They do need another two. Cameron Carr could be interesting. I don't think they take LeBaron Phylon. I don't think they trade Christian Anderson. Kareem Lopez is still available on the board. That would be a nice pickup for them. I just see them taking Cameron Carr. He's a really high upside scorer, that could help them in terms of scoring. Because I feel like the last thing they need is Kareem Lopez because they already have these bunch of guys that are, going to take time to develop. And yeah, he's such a nice player, Cameron Carr. I don't see them passing up on him. Cameron Carr, the other option I will say is Kareem Lopez. I just feel like Kareem Lopez makes so much sense for these kind of teams, right? Like the Bulls, the Milwaukee Bucks. But hey, the Bucks obviously felt strongly about Nate Ament, so they chose to select him. But this is nice, man. This is perfect for the Raptors because now we have Cameron Carr still on the board, LeBaron Phylon still on the board, Christian Anderson, Kareem Lopez, Bennett Sturts, Alan Graves, Dylan Swain, 7 player right now. And I'm not a big Chris Sanak fan, but if you are 8 players, you want to say, and we only have one, two, three, 4 picks to go. So remove 4 of those, and you still got a really good player. I think the Raptors will end up taking. I don't know. I like Graves. I like Dalen Swain. I wouldn't be opposed. I do also really like Abuka Corey as well. Don't get me wrong, but Kareem Lopez, I think there's a good chance he might still be there as well. Do the Raptors take a swing on him? I don't know. I wanted the Raptors to take Igor Demon last year. I don't think they would have taken Igor if the Brooklyn Nets hadn't. I don't see the Raptors taking those kind of players that aren't good defenders and that are players that are longer term projects. I know Igor came in and contributed right away, and that's what I felt like he would do. A lot of people were not high on Igor Demon, but do they take Kareem Lopez, man? I don't know. That would be an intriguing option. It would be intriguing though. So LeBaron, Kareem Lopez. Let me go through this again. Alan Graves is still on the board. Cameron Carr is probably going to go next. Let's be honest. Christian Anderson, Ibuka Okori, Dalen Swain, and if you're a Bennett Sturts guy, whatever, and even Chris Sanak, there you go. I'm not opposed to Bennett Sturts. I just feel like there's better options. He's going to be someone that can come and contribute right away, but I don't know about that. I don't know, man. Let's see who they take. Let's see who the Bulls take. I just wish these ads weren't super long. So yeah, Bennett Sturts. I don't know. I think he's gonna fall. Memphis is gonna take LeBron. I could see that, man. I hate to say it, Joshua. I definitely could see. I definitely could see someone like Memphis taking LeBaron Philon. I will say that. I'm going Cameron Carr or Kareem Lopez here, but I mean, you also got Josh Giddey as well, right? So it's like I feel like you need to not really wait 3-4 years. Not saying that Josh Giddey is, someone that you build around, but he's also a nice player you have right now. So the Bulls pick is in. They're just showing a recap of some of the players that are drafted. Just one more time here for the players that are still available. Kareem Lopez. They don't take Christian Anderson. They're going to go Cameron Carr or Kareem Lopez. I'm going to go with Cameron Carr here. Kareem Lopez needs the ball in his hands, to really be effective as well. He's not a good 3-point shooter, so I don't know if they take him. It'd be a nice pickup for them, but I think they go Cameron Carr. Let's see.
With the 15th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls select Dalen Swain.
Dalen Swain, damn it. I wanted him on the Raptors. I don't like this pickup for them. Damn it. Like, you got Josh Giddey there. Now you're taking Dalen Swain, a player that can't shoot the three, that needs the ball in his hands. I like Dalen Swain, guys. This is not to hate on Dalen Swain, but the fit, I feel bad for him. You idiots. I wanted Dalen Swain for the Raptors, man. You're taking Dalen Swain. You got Caleb Wilson. You got Josh Giddey. You got Dalen Swain. 3 guys that can't shoot the 3-point ball. What are you trying to do here? Chicago Bulls are idiots. Like, you need to trade Josh Giddey and, like, I don't know, man. It's like, what are you trying? Just dumbasses, dude. Bulls, like, you guys have 2 guys here in Dalen Swain, Josh Giddey, that both need the ball in their hands to be effective. So, like, where are these guys fitting? Kareem Lopez is still on the board. LeBaron Philon is still on the board. But I will say one thing, Joshua. I know you like LeBaron Philon, but, man, if he's falling this much, I could see the Memphis Grizzlies taking Cameron Carr, but holy shoot. Oh, my God. The Raptors can get Cameron Carr here? Man. Okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Mates Buzelis as well. So Mates isn't an excellent 3-point shooter either, is he? Well, this is going to be interesting. At least Cameron Carr is falling. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. I'm getting nervous because, Joshua, you know how much I like Cameron Carr, and I know how much you like LeBaron, and I've actually come to like LeBaron a lot recently. Okay, so let's take a look at the Grizzlies quickly here. Grizzlies, who have they worked out? Let's scroll down to the Memphis Grizzlies. So Cameron Boozer, we know they, got him. Bennett Sturts, Ibuka, Corey. I could see them taking Ibuka. I could actually see them taking Ibuka, man. Cameron Boozer can space the floor. You got Ibuka, Corey there. I could see them taking legitimately Ibuka, but they also, I'm sure, weren't anticipating that all these guys were still on the board. Okay, so let's see. You got Kareem Lopez, you got Cameron Carr, LeBaron Philon. One of these guys has to go. Oh man. Wow. Oh man, oh man. I'm getting so excited because there's so much. What did they just? Oh no, they just scared me. I thought the Memphis Grizzlies already made their pick. Okay, so the Memphis Grizzlies. Oh man, holy! The Raptors' options are just so good here. I wish they had another first-round pick in like the 20s because there's certainly going to be guys that are falling. Okay, so the Memphis Grizzlies, they need a little bit of defense. Let's see the Grizzlies roster. Could they take Alan Graves here? Don't rule that out. Zach Edey, if he's healthy. They got Cameron Boozer, Cedric Howard. Okay, so let's just go, start from the very beginning. I know John Morant's not playing there, but they're starting five. John Morant, Cedric Howard. Who are they putting at the three here? Let's see. I guess they could technically go Jalen Wells at the two and Cedric Howard at the three as well. But Cameron Boozer, Zach Edey, Dalen Swain would have been actually a really nice fit here. Man, who do they go with here? I'm torn. Cameron Carr. I don't think they go Cameron Carr, actually, no. I think Cameron Carr is falling. I don't think they're going Cameron Carr. I don't think they're going Cameron Carr. Who's still left? You got Kareem. You got Alan Graves. You got Ibuka Corey. Ibuka Corey or Christian Anderson are more likely to go here because they actually are in desperate need of a point guard. I think they go Ibuka Corey here. Ibuka Corey or Christian Anderson. I don't think they go Kareem Lopez. I don't think they go Cameron Carr. I see Cameron Carr falling. So I'm going Ibuka Corey, Christian Anderson. But given that Morez Johnson can shoot, given that Cedric Howard can shoot, I don't know. Ibuka would be really nice. So a point guard that can put rim pressure. And, if they're trading John Morant, what better point guard to replace him with than with someone like Ibuka? Okay, and let's see here. The difference of age between Ibuka, Corey, and Christian Anderson. Where is Ibuka? My God, they have been going late in the draft here in this mock draft, NBA DraftNet. Okay, so Christian Anderson, 20.2 years old. Ibuka Corey is 19.2 years old. So a huge age difference between the two. Yeah, they're going to Ibuka Corey. It would be a nice addition to their roster. I genuinely mean it. Someone that can score the ball, someone that can put rim pressure, and someone that could I could see him play really well in pick and rolls with Cameron Boozer and Zach Edey as well. Yeah, Ibuka. It wouldn't shock me if they go Kareem here, because they technically can use someone at the shooting guard, small forward position. But again, I don't know. I'm gonna go Ibuka Corey. Christian Anderson wouldn't surprise me, but I'm gonna go Ibuka Corey here. The Grizzlies, the pick is in. Adam Silver is a little bit slow to walk to the stage here. Come on, Adam. This is the 16th pick, so 2 more picks until the Toronto Raptors. Oh my God, I'm sweating if I'm the amount of players that are still. Okay, here we go.
With the 16th pick in the 2026 NBA draft,
Leave Carr and LeBaron Philon.
Memphis Grizzlies select Bennett Sturts.
Oh my God! They took Bennett Sturts. Are you kidding me? Oh my God! Oh wow! Holy! Oh my God! Oh wow! They took Bennett Sturts. I am shocked that they took Bennett Sturts. I am absolutely shocked. Oh my God! LeBaron Philon, Christian Anderson, Kareem Lopez are still there. And wow, this is I can't. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. Cameron Carr is still on the board. Okay, so we got some really nice options for the Toronto Raptors. We got Laverne Philon, we got Kareem Lopez, we got Christian Anderson, we got Alan Graves. Who do we have? We still have one more, Cameron Carr, and we got two more picks. We've got two more picks. Who are the OKC Thunder going to take? Let's take a look at their. Uh, let's take a look at who they still have. So the Thunder, the players that worked out. Funny enough, Bennett Sturts. Oh, they're going to take Alan Graves for sure. I know it. Alan Graves is gone in the next two picks. I know it for sure. Um, it's the Thunder. Excuse me. It's the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Charlotte Hornets, and neither of those teams are going to select Christian Anderson or Buka Corey. I think, given their depth, both of those teams' depth at the point guard position. So, yeah, I think there's a good chance Alan Graves goes to OKC or Hornets. Okay, but in terms of who's still available, Kareem Lopez is still here, man. Holy. I swear to God, if the Raptors choose someone like Krenak here, with all these players available, I'm going to lose it, man. I'm going to lose it because there's just way too many good options still on the board. LeBaron Philon, Cameron Carr, freaking Christian Anderson. Like, you got three players that could legitimately change your franchise and help you so much here. And if the Raptors do something crazy like choose Kua Pete, oh, Jake Hughes is still available too. I completely forgot about Jaden Quaintance. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. Jaden Quaintance, I don't know how I forgot about him. He's still on the board, but he was expected to fall. But apparently the Raptors are high on Terrace Reed. I think the Thunder definitely go. The Thunder have to go with either Kareem Lopez or Alan Graves. I don't think they take a guard here. I don't even think they take LeBaron Philon. I'm going to say they could take a gamble here with Kareem Lopez. Again, he's not someone that needs to contribute right away. A small forward. I could see it. I'm going to go. I don't know. They could go with the upside here too, though. Oh my God. Cameron Carr has fallen this much. This is absolutely insane. His workouts must have been really bad with some of these teams. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm literally shaking right now. I'm shaking. I'm excited. I got goosebumps. And like it's 30 degrees out, guys. I'm here in British Columbia, but I'm shaking. I'm getting goosebumps because the Raptors have so many options. The Thunder, who do they take here? The Thunder took Ade Mara. They could shore up their front court with Alan Graves. I'm trying to think of every possible scenario. They absolutely won't take Chris Sinak. Could they take Cameron Carr? I don't know. They have so much depth at the guard position. It just doesn't make sense. LeBaron Philon would be a player they stash if they really see an SGA in him. But I don't really see it. I really don't. Oh man, I feel like the crash out is going to be bad for the Raptors fans once we, see Kua Pete or Zuby Ejiofor or whoever. But the Raptors have so many good options, man. The Raptors have so many good options. I feel like the Hornets may take Christian Anderson. I don't know, but man, this is tough. This is tough. Cameron Carr still on the board. Kareem Lopez. I can't see the Thunder passing up on Alan Graves. He's a smart player, gets you a lot of steals. The Thunder, we know how they like to play, gets you a lot of steals. He gets you a lot of offensive rebounds. He can shoot the three. So have a power forward that can play good defense and be able to shoot the three as well. I don't know. That's a nice option. All right, let's see what. Hopefully, you guys aren't spoiling it for me. Okay. I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look online because I know there's gonna be some sort of spoilers online. But the Thunder are out of time. Reported trade. I wonder what the heck's going on here. Reported trade. I need to check what happens once the OKC Thunder's pick comes in. Oh, please. Cameron Carr. Holy. I could see. I don't know. Maybe the Thunder say screw it and let's just take Cameron Carr. Oh my God! Please don't take Cameron Carr, LeBaron Philon. Please, please don't take these two. Please don't take these two. I feel like they're gonna take Alan Graves here. I like Alan Graves, but man, Cameron Carr is still on the board. Whew. I like him a lot. I also like LeBaron Philon a lot as well. So
Think he's going to step in there with a winner's mentality and a leadership role right away. Yeah, so Memphis here is making this pick after flip-flopping with Oklahoma City at 17
oh.
and 16 years. So they're doing a little flip it and reverse it. And they're really taking their time and thinking over.
Oh, so the Grizzlies made a trade with the Thunder. They flipped the pick, but I wonder what the Thunder wanted Ben Sturts? That doesn't make sense. Unless OKC is, that wouldn't make sense. That makes no sense. Why would the Thunder want Ben Sturts? Okay, so the Grizzlies. Okay, so LeBaron Philon is still on the board. Cameron Carr. One of them have to go here because the Memphis are now picking, I guess. Why would this makes no sense. Why would the Thunder want Ben Stearns? He's going to be a nice player, but this is a weird fit, man. This is a weird fit. Okay. Oh, they keep showing LeBaron. Please don't be him. So Memphis is probably going to pick LeBaron or Cam Carr. Damn it. This is for Memphis.
The Oklahoma City Thunder select
Oh, what? Oh, wow. So I knew it. Memphis. I said it for Memphis. Ibuka Corey makes a lot of sense. So there you go. Ibuka Corey's gone, but hey, Cameron Carr is still on the board. LeBaron Philon is still on the board. Holy, what? Oh my God. So Memphis is trading. What? So, okay, this is the trade that happened. Shams Charania just announced that Memphis is trading pick number 17 to the Detroit Pistons to move back to 21st and 3 second-round picks. That makes no sense. They made 2 trades. I thought they said this trade is going to OKC. Okay, Memphis was draft 17 now via OKC, so the Grizzlies get 2 second-round picks and a swap. Oh, so the Grizzlies made... Oh, this is weird. So the Grizzlies traded with the Thunder. Will draft 17 now via OKC. So the Grizzlies get 2 second-round draft picks and a swap for number 16 and 17. Another Grizzlies trade. So Ibuka Corey is the pick for the Detroit Pistons. Wait, does this make sense to you guys? Because I'm trying to make sense. What in the world just happened? Yeah, so, okay. So Ben Sturts was for the OKC Thunder, and Ibuka Corey is for the Pistons. And for 3 seconds, yeah, we knew the Pistons really wanted... Ibuka Corey. I'm going to close Shams Charania before... Oh, man. LeBaron Philon, Cameron Carr, Kareem Lopez, Christian Anderson is still on the board. You got Chris Sinak. I don't think... Oh, my God. The Raptors will have so many good options. So the Raptors are getting one of LeBaron Philon, Cameron Carr, Christian Anderson. One of these guys. That's insane. That's absolutely insane to think of. Or Alan Griggs is still on the board, but you know what? I think that OKC, or I should say the Charlotte Hornets are taking the Hornets are definitely taking Alan Graves, I think. It'd make too much sense for them not to draft Alan Graves. Okay, let's try to catch our breath here because the Raptors are on the board. I'm not going online. The Raptors still have a chance to choose LeBaron Philon, Cameron Carr. But there must be something wrong with Cameron Carr, man, with LeBaron Philon if he's falling this low. I know a lot of people aren't, big on him given his size, but that's tough, man. That's tough. LeBaron Philon falling this low? want to quickly take a look at something. Who have the Hornets worked out again? Let's go one more time before the pick comes in. I think the Hornets are going to go with Allen Graves. They could possibly go with Chris Sinak. Charlotte, where are you? Okay, so the Charlotte Hornets have worked out Christian Anderson, Kareem Lopez, Koa Pete. That could be interesting as well. That would be a little bit of a reach, personally, if you ask me, for the Hornets. They haven't worked out Allen Graves. It's not surprising. I feel like they're going to choose Allen Graves. I just know it. I feel like a lot of these teams aren't listing the player that they keep trying to take, and it's not listed in their draft workout. They're definitely taking Allen Graves, unfortunately. So, but LeBaron Fallon, Cameron Carr, Kareem Lopez, like this is a dream come true for the Toronto Raptors. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. And this is, talking about Jayden Quaintance, who I don't think the Raptors will take, but wow. Just unbelievable. Cameron Carr, LeBaron Fallon, Christian Anderson still on the board, Kareem Lopez, Allen Graves. Remove one of these, Raptors are getting one of those four. That's a hell of a pickup. And I swear to God, if the Toronto Raptors choose Chris Sinak, I'll lose it. Please don't draft him. Please don't draft him with all these great available players. Please do not choose Chris Sinak. Like, hell, I'd rather you choose Koa Pete, man, than Chris Sinak. And I'm not exaggerating. I'd rather have you choose Terrence Reed or Joshua Jefferson than Chris Sinak. Chris Sinak is like a modern-day Andre Drummond with a three-point shot and a jump shot. I don't like him. I just don't want him on the Raptors. But could we please end this ad and get to it? Yeah, I think there's no doubt about it. I don't see the Hornets really taking Cameron Carr because their roster is pretty full in terms of the guard position. Hornets roster, and they took Hannah Steins back. So LaMelo Ball, Con Knippel. Con Knippel's listed as a small forward. I don't know about that, man. He's better suited for the small shooting guard position. Kobe White, he's a free agent. I could be wrong. I don't see them taking Kareem Lopez just because they got Tejan Solon already on there, and they have already kind of done this. So, like, let's draft this big guy with potential and hope he works out. And that hasn't really worked out. Liam McNeely is more of a small forward. So I guess technically you could take Cameron Carr. But the last thing the Hornets need is more offense, right? Like, they need someone that's able to play defense. So their pick is in. I think they should take Allen Graves here, even though I want him on the Raptors. But the Raptors are going to have so many options. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Take anyone but Cameron Carr and LeBaron Fallon, please. 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 If you guys are watching. Just announced a pick already. Wow. I know the Spurs also like Allen Graves a lot, so if the Raptors or Hornets don't take him, he's definitely going to the Spurs. Oh. Okay, so they're going to announce the pick and then talk about the trade. So here we go. Here we go. Leave LeBaron Fallon and Cameron Carr, please. LeBaron Fallon and Cameron Carr. Even Allen Graves, leave them alone. But they're going to take Allen Graves here, watch. Oh, what? They took Christian Anderson? Are you kidding? Wow. Cameron Carr and LeBaron Fallon are still on the board. Oh, my God. Please don't mess this up. Oh, my God. I got to tweet this out, guys. Please. Wow. They chose Christian Anderson. Oh, my God. The Raptors are going to choose Allen Graves. I just know it. They're going to choose Allen Graves. Or maybe Bobby actually came to his senses, and you know what? He's like, we're going to. I thought he was shaking hands with Shams Charania there. I was like, wait, what? So Christian Anderson off the board, Ibuka Corey off the board. The Raptors have Cameron Carr or LeBaron Fallon. They could go with. Who could they go with for a power forward besides Allen Graves? Not really that much. They don't have that many options besides Allen Greaves, unless they're thinking Terrace Reed Jr. But they would be foolish. They would be absolutely foolish to. Wow, man, the Hornets are stupid for doing this. I'm sorry, guys. Christian Anderson's amazing, but you looked at the Hornets and you saw what they needed, and you're like, hey, let's draft another guard who can't play defense. Like, dummies. They're absolutely dummies for drafting Christian Anderson. And I know people say you shouldn't draft for this, but when you're a team like the Hornets that have so much offense already, why are you not drafting for the forward position? Why are you not drafting for the center position? Like, geez, they're absolutely crazy here. Please don't draft Chris Sinak. Everyone in this chat is saying Chris Sinak. I'm not looking at no chats. I'm not looking at anything. Oh man, just please give me LeBaron Fallon, Cameron Carr, Allen Graves. I wouldn't be mad with JQ, but JQ's injuries are real concerning, man. That's all I gotta say. Just don't go off the board and choose like, don't choose Koa Pete. Don't go off the board and choose someone like, I don't know, man. Even Terrace Reed, like you got to trade back for these guys with the amount of players that are still on the board. Please choose someone logical. You have so many options. Please don't choose Chris Sinak. I'll lose it. Please don't. Oh, the Raptors have so many nice options, man. So many nice options. Kareem Lopez is still there too. Kareem Lopez is nice. He's going to be a long-term investment, but oh my God, please, 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 Raptors, don't mess this up. 2 minutes and 10 seconds, the longest 2 minutes and 10 seconds of my life. Wow. I'm absolutely shocked at the shit that some of these teams are doing. So funny enough, the Grizzlies are not going to have the 21st pick because I felt like Ibuka Corey would have been nice, but they essentially got 5 second-round picks between OKC and Detroit. So okay.
And they moved number 16 back to number 17. They picked up 2 second-round picks in the process. So 16 ended up being Bennett Sturts. That went to Oklahoma City.
So Sturts to OKC, we know that.
At 17, they moved that pick back for 21 and picked up 3 more second-round picks. So 5 slots back for the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are now picking at 21. They get 5.
So the Grizzlies are picking at 21. Okay, guys. So just to summarize, I want to quickly refresh and see who the Raptors have worked out because we know they worked out Ibuka Corey. He's gone. Unless there's been an update. Michael Grange actually tweeted out that the Raptors have also worked out. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. So the Raptors have also worked out Morez Johnson. He's gone. They worked out. Oh, please, just let me go. Okay, I'm going to go incognito mode because it's not letting me open up the draft workout. So if the Spurs really want Allen Graves, why don't you trade back and try to trade with the Spurs? Do something like the Grizzlies did. The Raptors have so many options. You don't want Allen Graves. If you want someone else like Cameron Carr, LeBaron Fallon, go for those players, man. Please, please, please. I have a feeling the Raptors won't take LeBaron Fallon. I think they'll take Cameron Carr here. But I don't know. His workouts haven't been that great either. So, yeah, I guess they haven't updated. So Cameron Carr, not what I'm seeing here with the Toronto Raptors. Maybe they go with LeBaron Fallon. I don't know. Okay, come on. Okay, just announce the Raptors pick. I'm about to go crazy here. I'm about to go crazy, guys, because here we go. Here we go. The Raptors are going to announce their pick in about 30 seconds. Cameron Carr, I don't know if that's who pick is in. Please announce it. Cameron Carr. Give me Cameron Carr, LeBaron Fallon. Any of these two I'd be happy with. I'd be thrilled with Allen Graves. Christian Anderson's gone, so give me Kareem Lopez. And who else is still here? So yeah, there's not really anyone. LeBaron Fallon, Cameron Carr, Kareem Lopez, Allen Graves. Give me any of these picks. I'd be thrilled. Jaden Quaintance would be nice, but trade back if you're going to trade him. And same thing with the other players as well. Like if you're taking Terrace Reed, trade back. Please don't do that. You've got such good options here, Raptors. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. The Toronto Raptors are making their pick. I'm going to blast the volume up so you guys can hear it. Here we go.
2026 NBA draft. The Toronto Raptors select Alan Graves.
Alan Graves! I knew it. 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 Hey, man, they have some good options. The holy crap. They passed on Cameron Carr and LeBaron Philon. Hey, don't get me wrong. If you follow me on Twitter, you know my page. You know how much I loved Alan Graves. So this is an excellent pick. And funny enough, the first prospect I looked into was Alan Graves. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's go. Oh, we've got our Mamu replacement, man. We got Mom when everyone in this chat is losing it. Everyone in the other chat is losing it too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my god. This is such a good pickup, man. I love this. Oh my god. I cannot explain to you how excited I am that the Toronto Raptors drafted Alan Graves. This has been my number one guy from the very beginning. This is who I wanted the Raptors to draft. Alan Graves. Let's go. Let's go. I knew they'd draft him. He's such a Raptors pick, and he was the first prospect I actually looked at. Oh my god, I cannot, like, I'm sweating right now. I can't believe they actually chose him. Holy. Alan Graves is such a good player and like such a good defender, man. Such a good defender. All right, so if you're not familiar with Alan Graves, I know you guys are gonna get mad. Joshua, I don't know if you're still here with the chat, but Alan Graves is such a good pickup for the Toronto Raptors. I know Cameron Carr was there. I know LeBaron Philon was there, but listen, when players fall, there's usually a reason why players fall, right? So I loved Cameron Carr more than Alan Graves. I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't. But, man, I trust the Raptors front office. Alan Graves was easily one of my favorite players in this draft for the Toronto Raptors. One of the smartest. And if you watch my YouTube video, if you watch my YouTube channel, what did I say? The Raptors have a chance to draft one of the smartest players in the entire draft. Alan Graves is such a nice player. I could rewind that because I can't believe they picked him. Like, how often is it that the Raptors actually pick who you want? Man, I am I cannot believe how excited I am for Alan Graves. This is such a nice pickup for the Toronto Raptors. I cannot even I want to scream on top of my lungs, but my family is probably nearby. They're gonna think something happened to me. But Alan Graves is such a great pickup for the Toronto Raptors, guys. Do not be mad. Do not be mad. Please do not be mad. This is, Cameron Carr was there. Cameron Carr was there, LeBaron Philon, but hey, there's a reason why they're falling, man. I'm sure those guys are going to be there, but this is a great pickup. I like it, man. I like it. Oh, man, this is huge. This is huge for the Toronto Raptors. Now I'm looking at a lot of Raptor fans who are pissed. Oh, wow. This is awesome, man. This is awesome. Man, this is a great pickup, guys. Don't be pissed, man. Don't be pissed. Oh, wow. This was exciting. I can't remember the last time I was so excited about the Toronto Raptors who pick up someone that I actually wanted. I'm so excited. I'm going to rewind this and listen to Alan Graves' name being announced yet once again because I was fully expecting Cameron Carr. I was fully expecting someone else, but man, I was so excited. I didn't get a chance to properly watch him walk up the stage, but this was amazing. This was amazing, guys. This was, oh man, this was like a dream come true for me. I love Alan Graves. So I was surprised when I didn't start with Carr or Philon. I'm not going to lie. I thought they would choose LeBaron Philon, but I like this. Okay, so funny enough, the team that doesn't need wings, Cameron Carr, is still on the board. LeBaron Philon is still on the board. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh wow. This is a great pickup, man. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense for the a lot of Raptors fans are losing it on Twitter, man. Oh boy, you guys are gonna love this pickup, man. Okay, so here we go. So Spurs, who do they have still left? Kareem Lopez? I can see them taking that. Oh man, Twitter's losing it right now, guys. Twitter is losing it. Absolutely losing it. Oh my god. Um, so Kareem Lopez is still on the board. Chris Sunak, I think they could legitimately take. It doesn't make sense. I know you always go best player available. I don't know if they take LeBaron Philon or and Cameron Carr. I'm surprised both have fell this far, by the way. But let's see, who could take Koa Pete? But I don't know. I feel like they need more offense. The last thing they need is more defense, right? So, uh, the Raptors fans are literally saying, "I'm not a Raptors fan anymore." Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Man, you guys have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Because, man, you have got to be kidding me. Oh, shit. I shouldn't have looked at this, man. I shouldn't have looked at this. You guys won't believe who the Spurs just took. Oh, I was just in the chat and they actually took someone that no one expected. So I'm going to wait for the announcement. I'll tell you. Unless they're absolutely wrong. But the Spurs pick is in. The Spurs pick is in. And we'll see who. I'll let you guys hear it before I say. 2026 NBA draft. The San Antonio Spurs select Jaden Quincy. Yeah, really nice pickup for the San Antonio Spurs, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's a great pickup for the Spurs because I just feel like, you know what? This is such a nice pickup, a legitimate pickup, and you know what? If you look at a team like the OKC Thunder and who they picked up, this is a nice like, hey, clap back as a we got to get bigger besides Wembanyama because they didn't really have anyone outside of Wembanyama that could, be that center. I know they played the other guy, but come on, man. Jaden Quince is a nice pickup. This is an absolute steal for the Spurs if he stays healthy. If he stays healthy. The Philadelphia 76ers, I think, should be next. Or the Memphis Grizzlies, should be next. They have a lot of options now. LeBaron Fallon, Cameron Carr. I don't think they'll. I don't think they'll take Cameron Carr or LeBaron Fallon, given that, like, unless they have I don't know, unless they have like a magic ball, but. Okay, so let's see. Um, okay. Oh man, this is exciting. There's still a lot of great players. This is such a deep draft. I like this, man. People are pissed. People are pissed that we passed on a lot of players. But man, listen, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. Allen Greaves is a good player. He's a smart player. whose ability to play on defense is amazing. And people seem to forget he's 19 years old. He's not very old. Like people, before you guys freak out, before you freak out, relax and genuinely think about it. Stop overreacting. Colin Murray Boyles, you guys, including myself, I was a little bit surprised the Raptors took him, but give the man a chance. Alan Graves is someone that can play the defense really well. Joshua, I wonder how you feel about this, because I told you about I was obviously big on Cameron Carr. I'm not going to sit here and act like I wasn't, but Alan Graves was one of my favorite players. A-Rob, yes, I did. I'm a huge Alan Graves fan. Someone's asking, so some people is asking, why are we so hesitant to draft a true big man? Is for the simple reason that there's not really one that we want to take a gamble on. Like, who are you taking? Jaden Quaintance? The guy's got knee injury issues, and if he sits out, like now we're all of a sudden really screwed. We're really screwed because can we we're really screwed because then if he's injured, then all of a sudden you wasted the 19th pick and you're not getting a really, really solid player in the draft. And I don't know how many chances the Raptors are going to have in terms of taking a really good role player. So Alan Graves he's got a limited ceiling, but he's also someone that's a really spectacular power forward. He's someone who's able to read defenses quite well. He's someone that's going to be able to space the floor quite well. And he's going to be, most importantly, someone that can play right away for the Toronto Raptors. Like, he's 19 years old. And sure, the ceiling may be quite limited for him in terms of comparison to the other players. But ask yourself this question. If the Raptors are passing on guys like Cameron Carr, if the Raptors are passing on guys like LeBaron Philon, so are other teams that have had multiple picks in the first round. It isn't just the Toronto Raptors that are passing up on some of these guys. So I'm the one I am very curious about is Kareem Lopez. Like, where is he going to fall and which team ultimately takes him? Because now you got the Memphis Grizzlies coming up. They had the option of choosing Cameron Carr and LeBaron Philon. They passed on both. And they had the chance to select both and they passed on them. So ask yourself why they're passing on them, right? Kareem Lopez could be interesting for the Memphis Grizzlies. I feel like they could absolutely take him, and I think they strongly should consider him. Whoever is remaining next, Cameron Carr, LeBaron Philon. I don't know where these guys go. He's absolutely our Mamu replacement, man. We're losing Mamu in free agency. It doesn't make sense to pay him $10 million when Twitter is stupid. Their opinions are useless. Absolutely. These guys are hilarious. These guys are absolutely hilarious here because everyone is pissed off. Everyone's mad about not choosing Cameron Carr, LeBaron Philon. But hey, man, if great organizations like the OKC Thunder, who have had a great draft history, are not choosing someone like Cameron Carr and LeBaron Philon, but instead are choosing an older prospect. So, what does that tell you about those two players, right? There must be something, guys. We've done this time and time again, haven't we? You guys I remember people being mad that we chose Pascal Siakam over someone else. Can't remember the player's name. We wanted, we didn't want Scotty Barnes. We wanted someone else besides him. We didn't want CMB, including myself. I'm not going to sit there and, act like I'm perfect. I wanted someone else besides CMB, but just trust the front office, and I actually genuinely really like Alan Graves. He's going to be a great pickup for the Raptors. Don't overthink this. Don't get mad. Control your emotions. Let's not be teenagers that are going through puberty here, because this is a nice pickup for the Raptors. Believe me when I say this. So Memphis Grizzlies pickup should be next. In terms of, I wish this workout tracker wasn't such a piece of work here. So the Memphis Grizzlies, let's see if any of the players they worked out are still on the board here. I'm surprised I'm really genuinely surprised a team like the Hornets didn't take him. I felt like they could have really used Alan Graves. It makes so much sense. Okay, so Memphis, where are you? I'm going to quickly get to you before. Okay, he's announcing it. So Kua Pete could be one. But I think they should go Kareem Lopez. Yeah, Kareem Lopez. Yeah, so that's why they traded back. A really nice pickup for them. I like this for the Memphis Grizzlies because he goes to an organization where he gets the chance to fully develop and take his time. Like, he's not in a rush here. He's not in a situation where you go to I don't know, let's use the Charlotte Hornets or OKC Thunder, where you're not getting the ball, you're pretty much going to be glued to the bench. You go to a team that actually does desperately need small forward position as well. So, yeah, not surprised by this pick at all. This is genuinely a really nice pickup, and I like this pickup, man. Um, Man, people are hilarious. Well, that was fun. Yeah, Kareem Lopez is a nice pickup, man. I'm just looking at everyone's reactions. You guys are fucking crazy. And like, I'm not trying to say this to you guys. I'm looking at people on Twitter and calling them crazy. Um, the only problem is we haven't drafted someone who fills a hole for us. We still need the scoring guard at a 7 foot center. I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you, but let me ask you this: some people be like, who were you going to draft at the 19th position that would have filled the center position for us? Now, if the Raptors, if they get to the late first round, and someone like Terrace Reed is there, I actually do really like Terrace Reed. It would have been crazy to take him with the 19th pick. Um, but yeah, trust me when I say this. Terrace Reed is a very nice pickup for the Raptors, and if the Raptors genuinely want a center for the future, like he's 22 years old, trade into the late first round pick and take him, or even take some. I don't know if you should take Zuby Ejiofor though. Even though Zuby is really strong, I just don't feel like he's a true center. Like Terrace Reed is actually genuinely really strong. I think that's one of the players that if the Raptors do want to solve their center position, that's definitely someone you should absolutely go for Terrace Reed. In terms of the centers, like the only option for the Raptors with the 19th to solve the center position was someone like Jaden Quaintance. Besides that, like who are you taking? Cameron Carr, LeBaron Fillon, they're falling for a reason, guys. Trust me when I say this. I'm the biggest Cameron Carr fan. Like I asked Joshua in the chat here, I wanted Cameron Carr over anyone. I didn't think he'd fall this far. I actually started to really like LeBaron Fillon in the coming days as well. But just overall, man, trust me when I say this. The Raptors made a great decision. They made the right decision, and they absolutely, chose the right player. And people are going to be pissed off because we need guards, we need shooting guards, we need more scoring. There's no doubt about it. And Alan Graves doesn't solve that, but I like Alan Graves, man. I like Alan Graves. Interesting enough, 76ers are up. A lot of these teams don't really need guards. That's the issue, right? Like 76ers are loaded. They literally traded Jared McCain because they were so full in the guard position. So it'd be pretty interesting to see if there were someone that would take someone like LeBaron Fillon here. They would take someone like let's look at the draft workout for the 76ers. If they took someone like Cameron Carr, that could be interesting, but it just complicates the roster a lot more, right? So Philadelphia. I think they should go with Zuby Ejiofor. Like he legitimately provides them with an athletic power forward. He's a good defender as well. I know maybe a bit of a reach, or if you want to play it safe, and you need someone to back up Joel Embiid, go Terrace Reed. It might be a little bit of a reach here, but I don't know if LeBaron or Cameron Carr makes sense for the 76ers. Not because I dislike those players, and not just not for that reason. That team just has way too many guards already. Interestingly enough, the 76ers did work out Chris Sinak Jr. So despite the fact that they're showing LeBaron Fillon quite a bit here, yeah, man, Chris Sinak. I could see them taking Chris Sinak as well. I think I'm going with one of the three: Chris Sinak, Zuby, or Koa. I think Koa and Zuby kind of they're somewhat similar. I'm not saying their style of play is very different because Zuby's freakishly stronger, like insanely stronger. I'm gonna go with Chris Sinak here. They really desperately need a backup. I don't see them going with LeBaron or Cameron. It complicates the roster. They could, but I just don't want them to. I hope these two players go to a good team where they can actually get a chance to play at their position and get the ball a lot. Feel bad for LeBaron. Looks like he's emotionally crying. So it looks. So I'm guessing he's going here because he's getting emotional. So it's LeBaron Fallon or Kristen Acker.
Changed the rules for the NBA because there was so much talent up and down even here in the 20s.
Oh, man, if I'm the Raptors, trade in, dude. Trade in and try to select one of these guys. Try to select Cameron Carr, LeBaron Fallon. I'm showing guys Evans as well. That could be an interesting pickup. Yeah, I think it's LeBaron Fallon. He seems really ecstatic and he looks like he's crying and he's smiling. So I'm guessing he knows he's a pick. Interesting. Just announced a pick already. Come on. Okay, so Fallon and Carr were there. I know they were, man. Trust me, guys. I'm a big Cameron Carr fan. Like, ask Joshua here. We've talked a lot off obviously not online, but just personally on the phone. We text each other, and yeah, I think LeBaron Fallon is going. The guy's literally crying here. Unless he's crying because he didn't get picked, which wouldn't make sense because he hasn't been picked in a while. Yeah, Graves is a really nice shooter, guys. Don't sleep on him. Yeah, they're going to the Bears. The Philadelphia 76ers Yeah, that's what he was crying. They chose LeBaron Fallon. The man is emotional as hell for a reason. Yeah, nice pickup for the 76ers, man. I got to say, LeBaron fell quite a bit, but I do feel bad that he's going to this particular team because like the guy's not going to get that many minutes or touches because you literally got two amazing guards there that are just going to be having the ball in their hands quite a bit. What's up with the Sanak falling so low? A 3-point shooting big with real size, played under a great system in Houston Cougars. Asked some people. The reason Chris Sanak, guys, is falling so far, when you watch Andre Drummond, right? You watch the box score. Like, you look at the box score, you're like, wow, that's amazing. He got 13 rebounds. He got 11 points. But when you actually watch the game, you understand that Andre Drummond isn't a player that's going to help you win the game. Yeah, he might fill the box score and the stat sheet quite a bit, but he isn't a player that's really high at basketball IQ. He's just genuinely a player that really struggles to understand the game of basketball, doesn't make the right reads, doesn't make the right cuts. So LeBaron Fallon isn't – not LeBaron Fallon. Chris Sanak isn't a player that a lot of teams want to deal with just for that reason. Like, he's got a very – I know people feel like he has – and he does have a lot of the tools for a modern NBA big, but he's not a great pickup for the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors are building a team similar to OKC. You stole a video. Well, I shouldn't say you stole it, but that's actually something that I was going to talk about in the coming days. They're really modeling the way their team is similarly to how the Thunder are. The only difference is we don't have an SGA. They're building their team up from the defense, and then they'll focus on getting more three-point shooters. And you're absolutely right. This is a great pickup. They're taking Evans, I feel like. Watch Chris Sanak. Yeah, low IQ, man. He is. It doesn't make sense for the size he has, and he doesn't even have like a whole block. He hasn't even averaged a whole block a game, which is just absolutely insane. Oh, you watched him in scrimmages. Wow, good for you. Real Sher Khan, man. I'm thrilled with the pick. Funny enough, if you go on my Twitter, the first player I looked into was Alan Graves, and the first thing I said was, I would not be surprised if the Raptors picked him. And he's one of the smarter players in the entire NBA draft. Like, I'm not just saying that because the Raptors drafted him. That was literally, if you look at the thumbnail or my video title, that's what I said for the Toronto Raptors when I made the Alan Graves video. And he's such a good pickup. So, we'll see who the Atlanta Hawks take here. I'm thrilled with the pick, man. This is who I wanted. Like, it's been years since I actually got, a player I wanted for the Toronto Raptors to draft. So I'm absolutely thrilled. Yeah, they got VG Edgecombe. We've got such a good pickup, guys. Do not overthink this. Twitter's just hilarious with their overthinking. And, we think we know better than managers because we watch, 20 YouTube videos, right? So he's Do not overthink this. This is such a nice pickup, and this is a great pickup for the Toronto Raptors. Do not overthink this. I love this for the Toronto Raptors. Um, I cannot say enough good things about the Raptors, and them actually having the balls to take the player that they actually want instead of just being pressured into thinking, and maybe we should take this player, maybe we should take that player. Like LeBaron Fallon just got selected. Like I know you guys are getting upset that we didn't take him, but all these teams passed on him. Memphis Grizzlies passed on him, and the guy's like what 19 or 20 years old, and they're a rebuilding team, and they passed on him. So what does that tell you? They passed on him multiple times actually. They passed on him, and they actually chose to go with Kareem Lopez, a player that's got a very, essentially you're drafting him based on potential. So what does that tell you on LeBaron Fallon? And they took someone in Kareem Lopez, who's, even a more of a project than someone like LeBaron. So that says a lot, man. That says a lot. It's so funny because I'm looking at the Raptors Twitter, and everyone is pissed off that we've got, another. We've got, a lot of people are pissed off because the Raptors chose another forward. But be honest, like, who do we have in terms of forwards? Be honest with yourselves. We got Scotty Barnes, we got Colin Murray Boyles, and what other forwards do we have on this team? Like, are you saying that RJ Barrett is a forward? I don't think so. The guy's 6'7". Like, we don't have any other forwards. Jakob Poeltl with half a back as a center that's barely playing, and you're telling me like Jonathan Mogul is going to be the forward we're going to go forward with? Like, come on. Like we don't have forwards on this team, man. Like, come on, be honest with yourselves, Raptors fans. We needed this. We needed this. We need a guard, and yeah, sure, there were attractive selections that could have been had, but I fully trust the Raptors, and Alan Graves was one of my favorites for a very good reason. I gotta retweet what originally I said about Alan Graves because okay. Okay, so I guess the Atlanta Hawks are picking, guys. I'm so distracted with the Raptors right now. Okay, so they look a little bit nervous. I wonder if they, I'm going to have to rewind after the first round's over and see if they showed the Raptors headquarters, because I feel like they didn't show the Raptors headquarters, or maybe I was just so excited that that I didn't really see the Raptors. But Real Share Con says I'm going to watch the video. Yeah, definitely do go watch it. Who's on the board? Cameron Carr? I think it makes sense. Or Henry Basar? Coapete? Oh, wow. Nice pickup for them. I like it. I like it. Zuby Ejiofor. I didn't anticipate they would take him, but man, like I said, you guys are getting pissed off, but look at how far Cameron Carr is falling. Like a team like the Atlanta Hawks, even though they took Kinston Flemings, they've passed on Cameron Carr. What does that tell you? Right? What does that tell you about Cameron Carr? And I love Cameron Carr. Don't take this the wrong way, but this is Zuby's a nice pickup though for them. He gives them physicality. He gives them a little bit more size at the power forward position. I would have personally chosen someone like Terrace Reed, but I know they don't really like their centers to not be able to shoot threes. So whoever gets Terrace Reed is going to get a really good center and a really physical one on that as well. A-Rob said, I guess they're sticking to Project Sub 6'9". Yeah, it's funny because Alan Graves is like 6'7". even without shoes, So like 6'9" for him is generous, with shoes as well. So the Knicks are next. I wonder who the Raptors, or I should say the Knicks, will choose here. There's okay, so let's see who the Knicks take. Who have they worked out? I feel like this is the perfect spot for Terrace Reed. Terrace Reed just makes too much sense for the Toronto Raptors. All right, I'm so focused on the Raptors. Terrace Reed just makes too much sense for the New York Knicks who pass on. And interestingly enough, man, people wanted Chris Sinak for the Raptors. Like, look how far he's fallen as well. And this is a player I've never really liked for the Raptors. The New York Knicks have worked out Isaiah Evans, Malik Thomas, Zubi Ejiofor, who just went, Alex Karaban. I'm surprised they didn't work out Terrace Reed. So they have Isaiah Evans. I don't know. They're loaded at the small forward position. Do they really need them? I feel like they need a center. Zubi Ejiofor is gone. Alex Karaban, another small forward. Malik Thomas could be interesting. I think they're going to go Terrace Reed. I'm looking. Oh, actually, they could technically still go Cameron Carr. They could go Cameron Carr. They could even go Chris Sinak, but then again, his skill sets aren't that much different than someone like Carl Anthony Towns, right? So, yeah. I like this pickup, man. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. So many people are pissed off, but I'm just seeing if there's anything. I actually don't want to go on. Yeah, so I got the New York Knicks taking Terrace Reed. The other players I could possibly see them taking is Koa Pete. That would be interesting. But I don't really see. I genuinely can't believe so many people have sat through Masai Ujiri, Bobby Webster's era, have been influenced by the type of decisions they make. And even when you look at Scotty Barnes and Colin Murray Boyles, those are very much Masai Ujiri, Bobby Webster type of players. And they've looked at those type of players, and not that I'm comparing Alan Graves to them, but you have the access to so much content online, YouTube, whatever. If you subscribe to, certain guys that cover the NBA draft so well, yet you're so angry that the Toronto Raptors have selected Alan Graves. Why would you be mad that the Raptors have selected Alan Graves? Ask yourself this question. Is it because Alan Graves is not a good player? I don't necessarily think so. That's not the reason people are pissed off. I think the reason people are mad is because they think we need certain type of players, and they aren't wrong. The Raptors definitely have certain type of players that they need to fill. They need some more guards. They need some more shooting. However, when you look at the players that are available, Cameron Carr is still on the board 5 picks later. It's absolutely insane that people are being pissed off. You look at teams that could have used a point guard. You look at teams that could have used a shooting guard. Cameron Carr is still on the board for a very good reason, guys. That's all I'm going to say. And as much as I like Cameron Carr, as much as I like LeBaron Fallon, there's a reason those two fell down as much as they did. The NBA has become so much more physical, and yeah, people are going to ride the coats of Jalen Brunson and say, well, we've literally just seen a point guard that wasn't very big that won an NBA championship, but Jalen Brunson is an outlier, man. How many point guards do you see that size that are able to win an NBA championship? And I think people are also sleeping on the fact that Jalen Brunson, yes, not taking anything away from what he did, but that team is constructed perfectly around Jalen Brunson to win a championship. Like, they literally have OG Anunoby, one of the best small forwards, defensive, threes and Ds in the entire NBA. They have Mikal Bridges, who did a good job. They have Josh Hart, who's such a great rebounder. And then you have Carl Anthony Towns, who's an excellent, excellent three-point shooter and rebounder. Okay, here we go. New York Knicks, Terrace Reed, Koa Pete, one of them. Yeah, Cameron Carr. So nice pickup for them. I guess this is as far as Cameron Carr goes. He's pretty unhappy, as you can see. And I don't blame him. I'd be angry too because he was expected to go a lot higher. But also, he goes to a New York Knicks team where he's not going to get a lot of playing time because where are you going to put him, right? The Knicks owner did say, James Dolan did say that he is looking to get rid of some salary. So maybe they look to get rid of guys like Josh Hart, But a really nice pickup for the New York Knicks. I'm a big Cameron Carr fan, so I am happy for him. I just wish he went to another team where he would get a little bit more playing time, where he would, get to touch the ball a little bit more. But regardless, is a pretty nice pickup for the New York Knicks. The next, we've got the Lakers. Now, the Lakers actually have options here as well because when you talk about some of the players that are still on the board, I think Cameron Carr is gone, but Chris Sinak is still on the board. I don't like him. You guys know that, but he fits in with the Lakers. I wish they showed the best remaining still because I'm trying to look at who's still available. Isaiah Evans is still available. Chris Sinak is still available. Malik Thomas is still available. Koa Pete is still available. Joshua Jefferson would be intriguing for them. Someone that can handle the ball and someone that can shoot the 3-point ball. Terrence Reed could be fascinating for them as well. I wouldn't put it past the Lakers to select Terrence Reed. That could be an interesting option. Terrence Reed, Chris Sinak, Koa Pete. Isaiah Evans has a little bit of shot creation ability, but Henry Vesar could be interesting as well. But I don't know, man. The lack of defense from Henry Vesar concerns me because that's like having a point guard. And it's crazy to say this because that's like having a point guard that's not able to score at all. And ironically enough, the Raptors do have someone like that in Jamal Shed. That's not a great scorer, right? But at least he can play defense. At least he can pass. At least he's a really smart passer in that sense as well. So this isn't a case of the Raptors, just having a point guard that can't score. So, interesting enough, I didn't know Cameron Carter's dad played for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I know when I was scouting a bunch of players, their fathers did play in the NBA previously, but so he's interestingly enough, his Cameron Carter's dad was in the same dunk contest as Kobe Bryant in 1997. Rest in peace, Kobe. Oh, so the Lakers traded their pick? Lakers traded their pick to the Knicks? What's going on here? Unless they're getting Mitchell Robinson. So the Lakers got Cameron Carr. Wow, that's a nice pickup. So the Knicks actually got the 25th pick and cash consideration. So funny enough, Cameron Carr goes from New York, where you got a lot of people handling the ball, to the Lakers, where you also got Luka handling the ball, and then you also got, of course, LeBron for at least another season handling the ball. I think Luka's going to stay there, but this is a nice pickup for the Lakers. Actually, rather have Cameron Carr going to the LA Lakers as opposed to the New York Knicks, man, because at least Luka can play not off the ball, but they play kind of different positions. So whereas the New York Knicks just were too stacked at the guard position. So interesting because the next pick is actually going to be the New York Knicks. So I think this is where they pick Koa Pete, or they could potentially take someone like Terrence Reed. And maybe my next pick is still, right here. So we'll see what's happening here. So yeah, the New York Knicks. I see them selecting. I honestly could see them selecting someone like Koa Pete here, who's still on the board. Henry Vesar gives them an interesting option, but I don't think they take him for the simple reason that he's not a good defender. And if you're replacing Mitchell Robinson, you need someone that's able to play defense, right? I'm really shocked that none of these teams. I feel like the Lakers could have taken him as well, but Terrence Reed would have been an excellent pickup for the Lakers or the Knicks here. So let's see. The Knicks can still technically take him, but Chris Sinak still on the board. I don't see Henry Vesar going here. Malik Thomas could be interesting. Co-op Heater, it's got to be Terrace Reed. I know Terrace is a bit of a reach there, but let's see who the Knicks will take. After that, it gets even more interesting because we got the Nuggets with the 26th pick, and I'm absolutely sure that the Nuggets, the Nuggets. I feel bad for Chris Anak, man. I shouldn't laugh at him. Like his face just looks like he's about to cry, like not in a good way, you know. But I feel bad for these young kids. They work their butts off, guys. I know we make jokes sometimes, but I feel bad for Chris Anak. The guy's worked his butt off. He's still a young player, you know, and hopefully he goes to the right situation and succeeds. I root for all these young players to succeed. It's, you know, it's, we can say what we want about them, but at the end of the day, these are young guys that are living out their dreams. So shout out to them. But in terms of the Denver Nuggets, I really see them taking someone like Terrence Reed. He does provide them with a little bit of defense, but Kawhi Pete just makes too much sense. So even though they have Aaron Gordon there, and then depending on who's on board, I don't know if they take Chris Sinak, because Chris Sinak just reminds me too much of the guy they already have, Zeke Naji there. You know, he actually has very, very similar skill sets or potential skill sets coming into the NBA. It was supposed to be this guy that's able to move well for his size, lengthy, that's able to shoot, do all these things. So the first round is almost over. Hang tight with me here because, you know, we'll definitely be talking about some Raptors as well in a bit. But yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing the amount of fans that are pissed off right now at the Toronto Raptors taking Allen Grace. I love seeing people act this way because it's so funny because they're still going off. They're still going off about Alan Grace. Like, leave the man alone, man. Leave the man alone. Yep. So I guess Brett Siegel was right because he did tweet on June 18th that the Raptors were big fans of Alan Graves, but so were the Spurs. All right, here we go. This is the New York pick, by the way. So the Knicks are going to take Cole Pete. Yeah, we know that. Detroit Pistons are acquiring the draft rights to Ibuka Okori, the 17th pick. And the Memphis Grizzlies are acquiring the draft rights to Kareem Lopez, the 21st pick. So the Knicks are going to select Kawhi Pete or Terrence Reed. The Los Angeles Lakers select Sergio De La Reyna. Oh, wow. I guess the Knicks are keeping up with their international talent, and one with Sergio De La Reyna. I'm not going to sit there like act like, you know, Sergio is actually one of the guys that didn't look into, so let's have a look at him right now. But wow, some people are sliding. Koa Pete in particular. Henry Vasar is always a player I felt like he's going to slide a little. So where is he? Sergio Delera. Okay, I don't know why I was thinking he's closer to a power forward or center position. I know there was another international player that pulled out of the draft, but Sergio Delera, 6'7", 205-pound guard. Let's take a look at his stats. Sergio. But I thought. So this is the Knicks pick. I don't know why they're saying Luka is going to love him because this is not the Lakers pick. But that trade also has to be finalized. So, okay, Sergio averaged 9.7 points his latest season. I guess he played in multiple leagues. Liga ACB, he played there. How many games? 28 games. He averaged 9.7 points, got 3 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 40% from the three-point line. All right, and shot the ball 44% from the field overall. So Sergio Valera. Let's have a look at him real quick here before we look into our next team here. The Denver Nuggets are really nice. And I can't wait to go back on because I love to see everyone's reactions. And, you got Hello and Welcome podcast here. I'm just seeing them on YouTube and the reaction, they've actually highlighted it there. So I would love Alan Grace, man. He would be a great pickup for the Raptors, and he is a great pickup for the Raptors. Do not be upset. Do not be mad. Trust me when I say this. He's a great pickup, guys. We are all sleeping on him. Okay. Okay, so we've got the Nuggets. We've got the Nuggets on board here. And who do we take? Who do we take for the Denver Nuggets? I think you have to take Koa Pete because, listen, if you take Terrace Reed here, the issue is that you're not going to play him a lot. Nikola Jokic is going to play 70 games. He's going to play 35 minutes a game. So you've essentially got Terrace Reed that's going to come in and play, what, 12 minutes a game? And even if you do play him with Nikola Jokic, that's a horrible fit. That's a horrible fit just for the simple reason that, like, yeah, Nikola Jokic can shoot threes. Terrace Reed really can't, and you're going to be essentially relying on the rookie to go against some of these bigger teams, like the OKC Thunder, like the San Antonio Spurs. But I actually wouldn't mind that. You know what? I think you have to experiment. You have to experiment, especially in today's NBA. You have to be able to experiment and look at different lineups, different matchups. And for certain, I'm not saying run this lineup for an entire game, but play Terrace Reed with Nikola Jokic. And you can go really big if that helps you guard someone like Wemby. You could go very big if that helps you guard someone like Ademara. So, yeah, I think the Spurs should consider Terrace Reed here because I don't think they should consider Chris Sinak. He's literally going to give them – he's literally just going to be another Zeke Naji for them, if you ask me. So I don't like that pick for – I wouldn't like the Denver Nuggets, to pick up Chris Sinak. Isaiah Evans could be an interesting pickup. Like, he could be that shooting guard small forward that could provide a little bit more offense. Henry Vassar, I just don't see it. Koa Pete is very limited offense. So, I mean, I feel like, I don't know. I don't know who they're going to select here because everyone that I'm looking at is essentially gone except for Isaiah Evans on the board. Baba Miller, he's, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't personally take him. Henry Vassar, Koa Pete. And then you're looking at guys like Trevon Brillies. If I'm saying that incorrect, I might be saying that incorrectly, but this is not a player I've looked at into. So Joshua Jefferson could be nice. However, Joshua Jefferson, do not sleep on that being a potential pick for the Denver Nuggets because Joshua Jefferson is a mature player that can come in right away. 6'9", 245 pounds. He can distribute the ball, although, I mean, that's not really what they need, but he can score. He can get his own shot. But I don't know, man. Like, the Spurs added more size. The Thunder added more size. If I'm the Nuggets, you need a little bit more physicality, or so at least someone at the power forward central position here. Like, Nikola Jokic, we know is not a good defender, right? So you have to. You absolutely. So they're smiling. They're clapping their hands here. The Denver Nuggets front office. Who do they select here? I'm not going to read the chat because I know there will be some spoilers here, but and one guy's raising his hands like this, so they seem almost confused. At least two of them do. Okay. Oh, interesting. Those little two kids they were showing at the NBA draft had Toronto Raptors hats on. So I wonder if they're Alan Gray's cousins because you'd be way too young to have kids that age unless you just had them in high school. But so yeah, they're talking about Valanciunas. I think he's gone. It wasn't really a good fit. Let's be honest. Best available. Let's see. Chris Sinak, Cole Pete, Terrace Reed. I wish they would stop showing the draft order. We already know the draft order. I'm looking at the players available and who would fit the Nuggets well. Malik Thomas could be interesting for them. I don't like the Chris Sinak pick. Isaiah Evans. I think Isaiah Evans, Terrace Reed, Koa Pete. I think they'll take Koa Pete. Just let's see here. Koa Pete. Terrace Reed. Nice. I like it. Wow. I'm surprised it reached, but good for them. They need more center. I like this pick, honestly. It's a really underrated pick, guys, because, when Nikola Jokic goes to the bench, what do you need? You need more offense, sure, but you also need more physicality. You need more size. You need a rebounder. And this gives them exactly that. Excellent pickup for the Denver Nuggets here. I really do like Terrace Reed. Man, I wish the Raptors found a way to get into the second round and draft him because he would just provide the Raptors with so much physicality, so much more rebounding. And him and Alan Graves would just create havoc because of Alan Graves' ability to shoot the ball. I like this pick. All right, so there's no doubt about it. The Boston Celtics are next. They absolutely should take Koa Pete, and that's going to be a steal for them for the simple reason that you look at Koa Pete, he actually doesn't fit in with a lot of teams because he's not a great three-point shooter. However, I will say this. I will say one thing. If there's one team out there that can make up for his lack of shooting and someone, a team that needs more physicality, someone that needs more defense, it's the Boston Celtics. So the Boston Celtics, absolutely. And also, I feel like people are sleeping on the fact that we have. I've gone through like a million names in my mind right now, so I'm just going blank. But I feel like Will Liu has also stated this on the Toronto Raptors podcast, but or his podcast there. But the Raptors are really high on Chucky Hepburn, man. The Raptors are absolutely high on Chucky Hepburn. I'm just trolling some fans online, though. It's hilarious because people are still upset about Cameron Carr, a LeBaron fan on it. I just said, hey, we got Chucky Hepburn, man. Relax. And I know people are just going to lose it right now. People are going to lose it. I love trolling people, but I actually genuinely feel like the Raptors, they like Chucky Hepburn a lot. And this isn't just me saying that. I've watched a good amount of tape on him. And I'm not just talking 2-3 videos. I'm talking about like hours of videos on Chucky Hepburn when the Raptors drafted him. But man, he's really nice. He's really nice. He's really nice. Don't be sleeping on Chucky Hepburn. I know he got injured, but Chucky Hepburn is just one of those players that's going to be a really good bench piece for you. That's going to come in and probably score about 12, 13 points a game for you. And maybe 2 years' time. Not maybe so much next year. I think next year I wish he'd get a bigger role, but he's just not going to because of the fact that Jamal Shead is there. Jamal Shead's going to do most of the ball handling. And then you got Chucky Hepburn, who's, 6'1", 6'2". Chucky Hepburn's just going to be one of those players that I feel like once he matures a little, once he gets used to playing in the NBA, because he's a little bit hot and cold, even when he played with the Raptors last season, he's going to be one of those players. Once he becomes comfortable, he's going to be someone that's going to be a really good player. He can get you a lot of steals. He's someone that just gets really very much in your face. Think of a player like Fred VanVleet early on in his Raptors days, right? Those are the kind of players that he used to look for. And I think those are the players you look for. Chucky Hepburn is definitely that. And he's a good 3-point shooter as well. Catch and shoot 3-point shooter. He's someone that can. He's someone that can catch and shoot, but also shoot a 3-point shot on his off the dribble as well. So. Okay, unless they go Chris Sanak here, Boston Celtics. I think they should go Koa Pete. I don't think they'll. Oh, funny enough, they chose. Funny enough, they chose him. Just as I say that. This is a nice pickup for them, but I mean, I don't know, man. Brad Stevens, or I forget who the coach is right now. I'm forgetting his name. He's gonna have his hands full with him, but because man, this guy is just a low basketball IQ player. I'm not a big Chris Sanak guy. Interesting that the Boston Celtics of all teams chose him. I guess they're like, you know what, we need a center really badly. Why not just choose him? I don't know why Joe Mazzulla. Thank you. That's who I was thinking of. Joe Mazzulla is going to have a field day with someone like Chris Sanak trying to teach him the ins and outs and playing basketball a certain type of way. So Koa Pete, damn, he's falling to Minnesota. I think he goes to Cleveland. So who do the Minnesota Timberwolves select now? Let's see. Who's still on the board? Okay, let's have a look at the Minnesota Timberwolves because we know they got rid of Julius Randle. Koa Pete is still on the board. Do they take him? I don't know. Because he does give him size when you think about it. Because who's their power forward right now? They got Naz Reid playing the power forward position. So Minnesota, LeBaron Fallon, Ibuka. I'm surprised they actually got LeBaron Fallon to work in for them. Zuby Ejiofor, Alex Caravan. Yeah, that's about it. They don't have anyone else really. That's it would not surprise me. Koa Pete, I don't know. I feel like Minnesota needs to toughen up as well because I want to look at their roster overall because they got their guard position kind of solved. They brought back Ayo DeSumo, apparently reportedly agreed to a deal. Dante DiVincenzo's out for the year. Jaden McDaniels, I guess you could play him at the power forward position. But Koa Pete is someone like I know they need offense, but they also need some defense as well. Even though they're a great defensive team, don't get me wrong, guys. But like we've seen in the playoffs that I guess they got Johan Berchinger, however you say his name, the Frenchman, power forward, but he's more suited for the center position. They got Roko Zagarsky as well. Jeez, I forgot about him. I guess they still have Kyle Anderson. I thought Kyle Anderson was on. I guess never mind. Koa Pete doesn't really make sense. I didn't realize they had Zagarsky. I know they had Joan there, Joan Berger, but oh, so never mind. This pick actually belongs to the Brooklyn Nets. So this is not Minnesota anymore. The Timberwolves are actually moving to 33. So you know what? Man, Koa Pete would have actually been so nice for the Nets, but like it gives them defense, it gives them something different. But they have Julius Randle now who can't shoot either. Then you bring in Koa Pete, he can't shoot either. Okay. So this is tough because there's so many damn point guards and guards in this entire first round. So Koa Pete is still here. Screw it. But Joshua Jefferson needs the ball in his hands to be effective as well, right? He can shoot. He's a good catch and shoot 3-point shooter as well. Don't get me wrong, but I guess it's kind of somewhat overlapping with Julius Randle there. Two physical big men. Damn. Do the Nets take him here? I don't know who they take him. I don't know who the Brooklyn Nets take here. Maybe you can quickly take a look at the Nets workout tracker and see. So Brooklyn worked out Baba Miller. Oh, that could be an interesting pickup here. I would absolutely do it if I'm the Brooklyn Nets. I completely forgot about him. Yeah, I do Baba Miller, man. Go for it. Go for the ultimate forward that's got size, that's can rebound. He's a little bit of a project, but hell, man, he's gonna come in and actually be a legitimate player. I feel like, just my opinion. Baba Miller's nice. I really do like him. Yeah, so Brooklyn Nets, I think take Baba Miller, maybe Koa Pete. I don't know how you guys feel about Brooklyn Nets potentially taking Koa Pete, but um, hmm. Okay, come on. I want this first round to be over. I need a break here, guys. We've been running at almost, what, 3 hours? 3 hours, 11 minutes. If you are still here, guys, thank you so much. I do appreciate you guys being here. Definitely hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're here. We're about 3 picks away from the draft being over. Probably in another 15 minutes. They're going to try to stretch it out as much as possible here, but I mean, let's go. This is just announce the picks so we can call it a night. And we can, if you guys haven't already, go check out my Alan Glazer video. So Malik Thomas is still on the board. Henry Vesar, interesting. Actually, I forgot about him. Joshua Jefferson could be interesting for the book. Henry Vesar. Who does Brooklyn have at the center position? I'm trying to think. Who did they draft? They drafted Mikael Brown. Henry Vesar could provide some floor spacing for them, but not enough defense. I feel like they need a little bit more defense. And he's someone that can play with Julius Randle. Henry Vesar could be the picker. I'm going to go Henry Vesar. And it goes with what they've been picking, right, in terms of passing, players that can pass. Cool. Oh, nice. There you go. Joshua Jefferson, very nice pickup for them. I like this pickup for them, but it just, obviously Julius Randle isn't going to be there long term, but it just feels like a lot of somewhat overlapping skill sets with, power forwards that can handle. He's a much better 3-point shooter than Julius Randle, I will say. But I like Joshua Jefferson, man. He was a player I liked for the Raptors. Obviously, it would have been a bit of a reach considering, but I really wish the Raptors had a late first-round pick here because there's still so many good options. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they're going with – so Evan Mobley doesn't really shoot the three. Their defense isn't good. They have some options. Koa Pete could give them a physical player. Koa Pete could be an interesting player for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He could be physical. He's someone that can Koa Pete could be someone that brings a little bit more physicality. Evan Mobley, like he has his moments, but Evan Mobley just seems like such a soft player at times where it's like he'll have his moments of where he plays really physical and then he's just very soft. I'm happy for Joshua Jefferson, but good for him, man. He goes in a good situation where, he should be able to get playing time, but I do wonder how this is going to work with Danny Wolf as well, because they both are not similar players, but they both can handle the ball. They both can pass. So I guess they just want a bunch of ball handlers that can pass. Joshua Jefferson can shoot. That's the nice thing about him. And he is a good defensive player as opposed to as opposed to someone like Danny Wolf. So there's that as well. He's actually a really good defensive player. I like this pick for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a nice pickup for them. And we've got about a few more minutes. And I wonder how some of my friends are liking the Allen Graves pick. Let's take a look here. So yeah, we've got two more picks, guys. Let's see. Let's finish this off. I wonder if Henry Vassar or Koa Pete are players. Henry Vassar and Koa Pete are players that fall into the second round because I really wish the Raptors had a second round pick because so many of these players are falling. So we still have Henry Vassar. We still have Malik Thomas. We still have Isaiah Evans. I think Isaiah could go to the Mavericks, but it depends. You could go in so many different ways. Baba Miller could be someone that falls into the second round. I don't know if the Dallas Mavericks could take him. I wouldn't be surprised, really. Joshua Jefferson's gone, so he was expected to go in the second round. Terrence Reed is gone. I haven't looked into Richie Saunders too much, so I can't really speak about him or Alex Caravan. I slightly watched Alex Caravan's tape. He looks like a decent player. I would need to watch more tape on him to really fully understand his game and the type of player he is. But two more picks and we are done with the live draft here. It's been a fun draft, guys. I just want to say thank you for coming. If you guys have been here for a while, I know some of you guys have been, but it's been fun, man. It's been fun watching this entire draft with you guys and just really discussing who I think certain teams will pick. As doing a little bit better early on in terms of predicting the players, but it became a very, very unpredictable kind of in the teens, right outside the draft lottery. Damara, I did see the OKC Thunder taking him. And in terms of some of the other players that went in the teens, that just really surprised me. A team like the Hornets just did not take Allen Graves. They really could use Allen Graves. They need more defense. And he's able to shoot the 3-point shot, right? Like I feel like they have enough offense. So I was really surprised that the Hornets, of all people, took Christian Anderson. So. All right, so we've got two more picks. We've got the Cleveland Cavaliers and we've got the Dallas Mavericks as well. The Dallas Mavericks have already made a pick. They've selected Morez Johnson, a very Masai Ujiri type of pick. And, understandable. They do need more front court help with Cooper Flag. They need a little bit more defense as well. They got Kyrie Irving for the time being, but I wonder how maybe they didn't feel too strongly about some of the other players. But so Cleveland, hear this. They worked out Henry Vassar and Baba Miller, and they're up next. Could they select one of these guys? Because Henry Vassar gives them a player that's able to pass, a player, at the center position that's able to shoot the 3-point ball. And Baba Miller just gives them so much more athleticism. He's a freak of nature. And then Dallas, we know who they've worked out. But in terms of some of the later picks, they've got Zubia Ejiofor, Baba Miller, so Alex Caravan. So we'll see who they get. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. The draft is almost over. Hang in tight, guys. We've got about another 10 minutes. I'm guessing they're going to try and stretch this as always, as much as possible. All right, so the Cleveland pick is in. I'm really surprised the Golden State Warriors, man. I'm still surprised they went with Yaxel Lendeborg. I know he fits in with what they kind of need in that power forward position that's able to, rebound, do all sorts of things, but still, man, I felt like they could have gone for someone else. Okay, so the Cleveland. Oh, I was just thinking the Kings could use another pick. So apparently, so this is the Kings picking. They should pick for Pete. Oh, let's see. The Minnesota Timberwolves are trading to the Brooklyn Nets the draft rights to Joshua Jefferson. We know this. So apparently the Cleveland Cavaliers traded this pick to the Kings. So the Kings are going to choose Henry Visa or Cole Pete. Cole Pete. Oh, okay. Alex Caravan, not a bad pickup, but I want to know the details of this. The Indiana, or sorry, the what did they trade? The Cleveland Cavaliers traded this pick to the Kings for what though? It's just like a nice favor of them because they gave them Dennis Schroeder and all these players, or Keon Ellis, whoever they give them at. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna look for. So what did they get? The Kings. The Kings. I need to see. I have Shams. Notifications turned off. So I need to see the details of this pick and see. Okay, so Cleveland is treating 29th pick to the Sacramento for 34th and a future second round pick. Kings are interested in Alex Caravan, which we already know. So good thing I didn't read the details of this, but oh, what are the Denver Nuggets stupid? So apparently the Denver Nuggets traded pick number 26 to the San Antonio Spurs for pick number 35 and 2 future second round picks. The Spurs picked Terrence Reed at 26. Oh my God. You've got to be kidding me. You've moved back 9 spots and all you got was 2 second round picks? You gave the Spurs more ammo. What are you thinking, Denver? What in the world are you thinking? They've already got Jaden Quaintance. Now that you give them a very physical Terrace Reed, the Spurs have got so much size, so much physicality. You needed that size. And now they traded back to pick number 35? That's a horrible, horrible trade for the Nuggets, man. Like, what are you thinking? What in the world are you thinking? 2 second round picks are nothing. You need to win now. Select the best player available. Forget trading 2 future round. Oh, this is a bad, bad move by the Nuggets. I can't believe they did that. Let's see if I'm missing any other trades. Yeah, so far nothing. We just had the Memphis trade and this trade. But I'm disappointed in the Denver Nuggets, man. Like, what in the world were they thinking? They could have used Terrace Reed. They could have used Terrace Reed here. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so the 30th pick, last pick of the first round. Henry Visa for Pete. Let's see. It's got to be one of them, right? Yeah, there you go. They needed a little bit more size. They needed a little bit more physicality, and Masai Ujiri. The second round of the draft will begin tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on ESPN. Oh, 8 p.m. Eastern. So thank God they had the second round during daytime and not, or like during the evening time and not during the daytime. So Cole Pete, not surprised, man. If Masai Ujiri was with the Toronto Raptors, that man would have selected Cole Pete with the 19th pick. I'm telling you, but overall, guys, I'm happy with the Raptors. I know it was disappointing. Cameron Carr was there. I know LeBaron Fallon was there, but I'll say this time and time again, guys, we're not experts because we watch 10 YouTube videos on certain players and we watch some YouTubers break down the scouting reports of certain players. These guys have gotten the chance to interview players. These guys have gotten the chance to work them out in private. They have the chance to talk to them and see their game the entire season. And don't forget, Dan Tolzman was actually in the house of watching LeBaron Fallon's workout during the draft combine. So clearly he wasn't impressed with what he saw. It's understandable if you're upset about the Raptors not taking a few guys, but the Raptors got a good one in Alan Graves. Do not overthink this. Do not overlook this. Alan Graves is such a smart player, and he's got a good head on his shoulders. So this is an excellent pickup for the Raptors. I love it. I just want to say thank you to everyone, every single person that's been here, from the very beginning. I appreciate you guys. This will be it. I've been sitting on my butt for about 3 hours and 24 minutes. Time to get up, time to eat, time to drink some more water. It's warm as hell. I even turned the fan off because apparently it's interfering with the Wi-Fi signal a little bit, but appreciate you guys being here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are going to end the live stream here. Thank you once again.